From Falcon Stadium in Corinth, just outside of Denton, Wildcats football is on the air. I'm John Mark Dempsey. Good evening, everybody. Wildcats football is brought to you by the Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Hooten Hardware, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, and we thank J. Hodge for providing us with a beautiful black Texas Edition Tahoe to make the trip over here today. Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Compy Products, and BT Medical. Pre-game is presented by Super Handy. Halftime will be presented by Galleon Insurance and Hall Oil, and also Super Handy. So the Wildcats come in here with a record of 7-1. They are 3-1 in district play, and they are actually ranked 9th in the state this week in 4A Division I football. Lake Dallas has had, for them, somewhat of a disappointing season. They are 5-3 for the season, 1-3 in district play after a 10-2 campaign last season, and they were ranked in the top 10 in the state very early in the season. So, Tony Flippin, we come down to the last two games of the season now, and I think we've been pointing to these two games all year long. Tonight, Lake Dallas, and here come the Sulphur Springs Wildcats onto the field. And next week at home, the final regular season game against Frisco Panther Creek. And the Wildcats have had a great season up to this point, but really the success of their regular season anyway is going to be determined in these next two games.
And tonight cannot be overlooked. This is the toughest game of the season other than Salina, and that's the way it should be. I'm expecting this to be a really good competitive ball game, and we better be ready. It's one of these long trips that's sometimes hard to keep your eye on the prize, but we better be.
The reason that Sulphur Springs fans might tend to downplay this game against Lake Dallas is that Lake Dallas lost to Paris 28-23. They lost to Aubrey 44-14. Now, the Wildcats beat Paris 28-14 and beat Aubrey 35-14. Now, comparative scores are a dangerous thing, but if you look at those common opponents there, the Wildcats won their two games, and Lake Dallas lost those two games.
This is, to me, kind of like when we were in the district with Texas High. Texas High was so far away, you hear about them, but you don't see them.
Yeah.
And then you all of a sudden you meet up and play them. Well, this to me is Aubrey and Lake Dallas are kind of so far away that we don't see them, and this is brand new, so I don't trust their record. I want to pretend we're 0-0 and need to win both ways.
The one game that gives you pause with Lake Dallas is a loss, but they lost to Panther Creek 46-44 in 3 overtimes, and they were leading that game by a fairly healthy margin at halftime.
Early they had them a little bit, which kind of surprised us, but they came back. Yep.
And we are having the coin toss right now, and it appears to me that Sulphur Springs won the toss, Tony, and deferred. Or did I read that wrong?
I think it may be. No, there it is. Yep. Well, let's see. Sulphur. Nope, Lake Dallas deferred.
Okay, so Lake Dallas deferred.
There was a defer that I saw that, but I couldn't exactly see the order he was going.
And Sulphur Springs will receive the kickoff, and they will be moving from our left to our right.
Yep.
Well, as you know, Tony Flippin is our color commentator. Matt Jansen is our technical director and video producer, and James Terry is our producer back in the studios at KSST.
And athletic director Scott Head. Coaches continuously go above and beyond.
So we are awaiting the kickoff of tonight's football game with the Wildcats and the Lake Dallas Falcons, and we'll take a break here. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
In the home of the brave.
A terrific rendition of the national anthem by a Lake Dallas student prior to the game here tonight with the Sulphur Springs Wildcats. And the Lake Dallas Falcon judge is Britt Van Zant. The side judge is Dan Robinson, and the back judge is Francisco Amador. We play here at Falcon Stadium. It seats 5,700 people, opened in 2002, renovated in 2009, and it's actually in the town of Corinth, although it is Lake Dallas High School, and I think the towns are twin cities, so to speak, and the dividing line is certainly nearby here, but the Corinth Water Tower sits just to our left here in the end zone to our left, which I believe, let's see, Tony, that would be north.
North.
That'll be north, right.
Scoreboard is north.
Scoreboard to the north end of the field, and to our right, of course, the south end of the field. It is 70 degrees. We have a 20% chance of rain here tonight, and 87% humidity. So the Wildcats about to receive. And Cooper Dennehy has it teed up for the Falcons in their Kelly green uniforms, green jerseys, green pants, white headgear with silver numbers. Wildcats in white jerseys, royal blue pants, the white headgear with the interlocking SS logo on the side. And Dennehy, Tony, did he kick it out of the end zone?
Kicked it about 8 yards deep, but there is a decent wind because I was watching our kicker also on warm-ups, and he was putting it into the end zone. So if you're going deep, that's the way to go. I figure we're going to see pop-ups when they're kicking to the south.
Wildcats will be moving from left to right. First possession of the game here from the 25-yard line. Caden Mitchell, of course, is the senior quarterback. Good snap. Quick pass to the flat on the far side. And a leaping catch there by Skylar Lewis.
Yep, got about 4 out of it. I think we got a pretty good spot, but it's a good throw, and Skylar hung tough there.
Lewis had a terrific week last week, including a 56-yard touchdown pass. Coming into the game, 29 catches, 474 yards, and 7 touchdowns. 2nd and 6, 29-yard line. Ball on the far hash as the Wildcats move left to right. Mitchell again, the snap, quick pass to the far side, and this time does not connect with Skylar Lewis, and it'll be
play.
3rd down and 6.
Yep. Don't know if they've seen something and want to pick on number 5 out there or not.
Well, he's the one that we heard.
They said wants to go to play at Kansas State, so maybe we got something to prove.
Supposedly, being recruited by Kansas State.
Yeah,
they had their senior night before the game, and all the seniors were introduced, and that is Josiah Jones. So here is 3rd down and 6, movement at the line, and a flag.
And I'm afraid that's going to go against us because I don't know that they got in the line in the neutral zone, and the back moved. I got a feeling we're going back.
Yep. Illegal procedure or false start.
Yep. That one just didn't look good from the start, so it's going to be about 3rd and 11 now.
Yeah, this puts the Wildcats behind the chains back to the 24-yard line. Need to get out to the 35 for the 1st down. Just underway, no score. Trick McIntyre out over the football at center for Sulphur Springs. This 3rd down and 11. Caden Mitchell is back, and he is going to be sacked.
Yep. Little slow developing there, and they had a good push. And he tried to ease out to the right, and it seemed like that's the way that the Lake Dallas line was leaning. It just didn't work out. So 3 and out with the help of the penalty, and not necessarily the way you want to start the game. This is our leadoff series, kind of like second half. You want to make a statement, and we didn't make one that time, so let's get a good punt here.
Loss of 5 on the sack.
They've got nobody. No, they do have one.
They have one man short.
Yeah, I thought they were going right there.
And the snap over the head of Jackson Hare, and he just kicks it out the back of the end zone, and that's a safety. Now there's a flag that goes down. That's for kicking the ball.
That's for kicking a loose ball, and it's still a safety because that's where it was. So he might have had. He didn't see. He might have had time to pick it up and look because it couldn't have hurt anymore. But that's what you're taught to do. So not the start we wanted here.
Lake Dallas jumps out to a 2-0 lead.
And we'll kick off from the 20, punting into the wind. That's a decent wind.
That was a 4th down and
about 15.
Yeah, 16, I guess. Mm-hmm. And the snap over the head of Jackson Hare, the punter. And he finally got to it when it was about 9 yards deep in the end zone and just tapped it out the back of the end zone.
All they're taught to do there is protect from the other team covering it for a touchdown.
Sure.
So he did what he's supposed to.
So
we're going to kick off instead of punt, which I think is probably pretty good here with the wind.
Eric Rodriguez has it teed up at the 20-yard line. Return personnel for Lake Dallas standing at the 30 and the 25. 2 on the 30 and 1 on the 25. Rodriguez, the free kick after the safety. Ball teed up at the 20. You don't see it that often. And he puts the foot into the ball, kicks it deep, and lands at the 20-yard line and is picked up and will be returned here for Lake Dallas, but not very far, out to about the 28-yard line. He goes.
Gio Ibarra caught him mano a mano and slung him down. So that actually is about where we try to take teams when we're kicking from the 40. So a very good job by the Wildcat kickoff team.
Malcolm Simon on the return. And he gets out to the 28-yard line. Lake Dallas leads it 2-0 on the safety. Snap over the head of Wildcat punter Jackson Hare. And on first down, here's a handoff to Dylan Brockle, their top running back, and he's going nowhere over the right side. Maybe didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. I guess they say that he did, but
I think that was Truth Holmes got on his back and then had some help. Either him or 76.
Right back to the line. Thomas Adams is the quarterback for Lake Dallas in the shotgun. Handoff. Again, this is Brockle going left and cutting back. Crosses the 30-yard line up to about the 33-yard line for a gain of 5 yards.
Alex King got on there at that time, so they're not huddling. I don't know if this is normal. Doesn't look like we're worried about it, so we're getting up and lining up. That limits substitutions.
3rd and 5 from the 33. Wing back in motion from left to right. Now Adams apparently changing the play or looking to the sideline for a change in the play. 10 seconds on the play clock. And the snap to Adams, fakes the handoff. Adams throwing deep down the far side. Has a man out there, and they do not connect. Good coverage back there for the Wildcats. Is that Grayson Hardy?
I think it was Ibarra.
That's Gio Ibarra, yeah.
And I think we got I was afraid we were going to have a flag because he never turned his head around, and he kind of chested up to him right as the ball got there. So we'll take it. So now we've held them 3 and out. They're getting to punt with the wind, but we've got our twin safeties back in the back. So let's see if we can get some decent field position here.
And the punt is away, and a fair catch is taken at the 25-yard line by Deuce Hall, and he bobbles it.
Yep.
But he picks it right back up, and it is immediately blown dead there at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, but even though he bobbled it, the signal kills the play. So the minute he has control, that's it. So it's going to start at the 25. That's not bad with the wind and everything. He caught the punt or stopped it from bouncing. So now let's see if we can get some business started on offense this time.
42-yard punt there for Lake Dallas. First down, Wildcats. And they say they do mark it at the 25.
Mm-hmm.
Lake Dallas leading 2-0. And a slant in here on first down is complete. And into the open field goes Wyatt Watson, or is that Jackson Hare?
Hare.
Jackson Hare at the 10. And we'll get across the goal line for a Wildcat touchdown.
That's the way to wake people up.
75-yard touchdown pass. Jackson Hare lined up in the slot.
That was just about an 8-yard slant, and he cleared the safety at about 15 yards, and it was a track meet. They had one man with the angle, and he hit him about the 7, and Jackson was strong enough to carry him in and just get inside that corner. So that was 75-yarder.
12th touchdown of the season for Jackson Hare. Extra point coming. Nathan Andrews snaps. Mason Cooper holds. Eric Rodriguez, the kicker. Kick on the way. And the kick is good.
Extra point is good.
Sulphur Springs takes a 7-2 lead over Lake Dallas. And Wildcats football continues after this on KSST. Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats after that 75-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Jackson Hare. And Tony would also tell you that was Hooten Hardware first down. Here is the deep kick by Eric Rodriguez, and it is going to be returned out of the end zone, Tony, and he will not get back to the 10.
He's at the 10-yard line. He's going to get told next time, put your knee on the ground, young man. Great coverage and an outstanding kick into the wind, and he kicked that ball. It would have been 5 yards deep. He made the Lake Dallas receiver made an over-the-shoulder catch and thought he could get there, and he got 10 yards of it and learned his lesson.
First down, Falcons at the 10-yard line, trailing 7-2 after the lightning strike TD from Caden Mitchell to Jackson Hare just moments ago. Thomas Adams takes the snap at quarterback, fakes the handoff, and Adams will run up the middle and find 2 or 3 yards before he is brought down. Truth Holmes in on that tackle, I think.
Yeah, I think Dallin Horton might have gotten there too.
Yep.
Here's a little fun fact. We got 7-2 score, and Jackson Hare's got all 9 points. Have you thought of that?
He kicked the ball out of the back of the end zone on that snap over his head as he was attempting to punt. Now here's second and 7. And they're going to go off left tackle, and looks like they will have the first down here. That is Dylan Brockle, their top ball carrier, and he gets out to the 21-yard line.
He's a pretty healthy dude, 6 foot, 175 pounds.
First down and 10. And they go off the right side this time, and another substantial gain up to about the 24, probably 3 yards or so.
That was Zay Godbolt got the tackle there, same runner.
Dylan Brockle is how you say that.
Right.
Second down and 7. Man in motion from left to right. Adams handing off.
3 in a row.
Again over the right side, Brockle, and hit hard by 2 or 3 Wildcats.
Yep.
Nathan Andrews had part of that tackle, and also in on that one, Truth Holmes. So third down and 4 for Lake Dallas, trailing 7-2 midway through the first quarter. Actually 7:21 left to go, and the clock is rolling. Thomas Adams, the junior quarterback, looking to the sideline for the play. Wing back right. Back to the right of Adams. Adams will go deep down the right side and will not connect at about midfield.
Same as last time. Gio Ibarra had great coverage. He had better coverage that time. Got his hands up, knocked it away. It's a very good pass. They've tried that same pass, just fly pattern on the top on both third down plays, and been good throws, but Gio Ibarra has been up for the task both times.
Jet Love, the intended receiver. I'll tell you, these Lake Dallas numbers are hard to read, and I'm trying to pick up the punter here for you. The gray or silver number on the Kelly Green is not easy. Here is the punt. Going to be returned by Deuce Hall. Gets past the first tackler. And nice return there up to the 41-yard line.
Yep, got about a 10-yard return. They're continuing my streak of catch the ball. But this punter's putting it up in the air good. We fair caught last time, and I think he knew he had a little bit of room. So this time he caught it and got just straight up. 10-yard return. We're going to start at the 41-yard line, first and 10.
It's a 46-yard punt for Lake Dallas. Wildcats lead at 7-2, 6:52 left to go in the first quarter. Sulphur Springs, first down at the Wildcat 41-yard line. Ball on the near hash mark. They move from left to right. 3 wideouts to the left side, 1 to the near side. And here's a little flare pass out to Deuce Hall. He makes the catch. And with a little head fake, gets past the first tackler and is finally bumped out of bounds.
About a 6-yard gain.
At about the 47-yard line.
Good job. Had 2 blockers out there. Every time you throw that out there, you run the risk of getting a holding call because receivers are not used to blocking like interior linemen. So a good job by the receiver, and Deuce played him and got 6 yards out of it.
2 men wide to the near side, 1 to the far side, and this is Caden Mitchell on a zone read, faking the handoff to Jackson Hare, keeping it himself. We haven't seen that much this year, and Caden Mitchell gets the first down, I believe, the Hooten Hardware
first down. Yeah. And I'm going to promise you that play's not in the book. That was a busted play.
Oh, you think?
It was, because we had a jet sweep coming this way, and then he faked, and then he kind of stuttered and decided to go south. So good job, and that's what you're supposed to do. If you got a busted play, get what you can out of it. Mitchell's a strong runner and got a first down.
Now we have Deuce Hall in at quarterback, and an empty backfield. Hall takes the snap, goes straight ahead, and then breaks it out to the right side, and still on his feet as he works his way down to the 38-yard line of Lake Dallas.
Got 9 out of it, and that was all Deuce. Tell you what, every time he has his hands on the ball, he has an opportunity to score with football. He's really exciting.
2nd down and 1 for Sulphur Springs. Wildcats leading 7-2 after trailing early in this game 2-0. The 75-yard touchdown pass on the last possession from Caden Mitchell to Jackson Hare. Caden Mitchell back in at quarterback. Fakes a handoff, throwing deep, has a man out there, and it is broken up in the end zone, intended for Skylar Lewis.
Skylar had it. If that had just had a hair more lead on it, he had him beat. But good throw. Thought it was going to be a repeat from last week when Skylar caught one of those post patterns.
So this will be 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats at the Lake Dallas 38-yard line. Mitchell with the snap. Handoff Jackson Hare. Starts out up the middle, then pops out to the outside, and there he goes down the sideline and is inside the 20 and bumped out of bounds near the 10.
About the 14 is where he's standing. Going to be a Hooten Hardware first down. Great job of Jackson using his blockers. And it's nice seeing that that's just a junior running with the football.
Wow. 24 yards on the gain to Jackson Hare. Lined up at running back on the 75-yard touchdown catch. They lined him up in the slot.
Yep, he's very versatile.
So first down, Sulphur Springs at the Lake Dallas 14-yard line, leading 7-2. They fake to Hare, and they give it to Skylar Lewis on a reverse here, or a end around, I guess, and he is dropped for a loss back to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, they were ready for that one.
Loss of 5. Tony, something I noticed looking at the Lake Dallas stats, they had 43 tackles for loss this year on their defense.
Well, I mean, they had good pursuit on that one, but I don't know. I mean, right now our line is handling, which we've got an outstanding line, and we're handling it. And once again, we're inside red zone. We need to push it on in.
By comparison, Sulphur Springs just has 18 tackles for loss. Your 2nd down and long, draw play, Deuce Hall opens up wide open, and he is across the goal line for another Wildcat touchdown.
And a Hooten Hardware first down.
Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats.
The only man had a shot at him there is the umpire, and he juked him. So that just opened up like the seas. That was beautiful.
Draw play up the middle to Deuce Hall, and I guess he was touched, Tony, but that's about all you can say.
That's all you can say. It was nobody within 5 yards on either side.
13-2, the Wildcats. Eric Rodriguez in for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick, and the kick is good.
Yep. Extra point is good.
Wildcats lead at 14-2. This is Wildcats football on KSST. It's a 59-yard drive for Sulphur Springs in 7 plays. 19-yard touchdown run by Deuce Hall. Also on the drive, a 24-yard run by Jackson Hare. Really good-looking drive, Tony.
We look quick tonight. I like what we're doing. We look a little bit explosive other than that lethargic first series.
And you know they had a bad first series against Community last week also. Here's the kickoff by Rodriguez, and again he kicks it deep to the 2-yard line. And great coverage again by the Wildcat coverage team there. And that's Laren Vaughn, looks like, made that tackle. And that was Brockle. That was their top running back on the return there.
He just got to the 15-yard line. I believe Coach Hardy is the kickoff coordinator, and he's got their attention. Those guys are sprinting, and there was about 3 or 4 of them hit him at the same time.
Well, if you listen to our pregame conversation with Brandon Faircloth, he really complimented not only Eric Rodriguez on his kickoffs, but their coverage last week against Community.
I guarantee you they're working hard out there, and if we keep scoring, they're going to have a lot of opportunities.
So first down, Lake Dallas at the 15-yard line. Man in motion. That's DJ Hicks. They throw it out to the near side, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver there.
Yep.
And that is Braxton Allison. So second down and 10 from the 15.
I think he heard footsteps there. He did that push and back up. Got Ibarra on this side now, so he was the one coming up.
By the way, that kickoff was the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, as you well know. Here's second down and 10. And the handoff going nowhere here. The running play between the tackles, and it'll be third down and about 10. For Lake Dallas.
You can say everybody on the defensive line right there. I mean, the defense is playing well right now. The whole Wildcat squad is playing well. We may have gotten a wake-up call with that safety, but everybody looks quick and everybody looks strong right now.
That was Zaire Cornist on that carry for Lake Dallas. Third and 10 from the 15-yard line. Adams, the quarterback, takes the snap, counters, rolls out to the near side, throwing across his body here and trying to connect at the 40-yard line, but incomplete. Great coverage there by the Wildcats.
We had 3 people there. We had Hardy, Ibarra, and Creed Wisenhunt, and I really am disappointed because I thought we'd come out with an interception, but the ball was just a little too high to get. We were in great shape, and now we're fixing to get the ball in Lake Dallas's side of the field on this punt if we can catch it and get a little return.
For the Wildcats, number 8, Paul, and number 3, Ibarra.
Gio Ibarra and Deuce Hall back for Sulphur Springs near midfield. And here's a high punt and taken by Gio Ibarra at the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line. Nice return here. And he gets to the 39-yard line in Lake Dallas territory.
Good job he caught the ball and then just went south. He put a couple of moves on, but he didn't go running halfway across the field to get 1 yard. So about a 10 or 12-yard return there. Maybe more than that.
I think I've got it 16.
I think you're about right. I like yours better. So starting at the 39-yard line in Lake Dallas Falcon territory.
Captain and All-American.
And the Wildcats leading 14-2 right now. Caden Mitchell, the senior quarterback, with the snap, bubble screen to Skylar Lewis. Lewis gets past the first tackler and is down to the 35-yard line for a gain of about 4 yards.
Yep, they're working out there on those corners. They're trying to put our athletes one-on-one and give them a chance to juke somebody. And we go about 10 deep with really good split outs and quarterback and so forth. We've got some outstanding skill people, so that's the way to work it.
Jeff Stevenson out over the football at center for the Wildcats. Ball on the far hash as they move left to right. Play action pass, and they're trying to throw another slant in here to Jackson Hare.
Yep, I think that may be Watson.
Oh, that was Wyatt Watson this time.
He took his pink towel off. October's gone. I wish he'd keep that because I could see him. But that was good coverage there. They're on to our slant a little bit, so we'll move to something else. So 3rd and 6 now. 2:55 left in the first quarter.
Wildcats at the Lake Dallas 35-yard line. Mitchell claps for the ball, has Deuce Hall in the backfield with him. Step to his right. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side.
I think we're going to have a Deuce Hall run. Nope.
Snap over the head of Caden Mitchell. He gets it out here to Jackson Hare, and Hare going to be swarmed in the backfield for a big loss back at about the 40-yard line.
Yep. That was just kind of Mitchell lost his concentration. He was looking downfield, and the ball was a little bit high, but he should have had it, and he'll tell you that. But now we're behind the chains at 4th and 11. But we're keeping the offense in here. Coach Fairclough's got confidence, and he's not worried about field position if something happens here. Our defense is working hard.
4th and 11 at the Lake Dallas 40. Sulphur Springs will go for the first down. Caden Mitchell in the shotgun as the Wildcats operate out of the spread. 2 H-backs here.
Going to punt it.
Quick kick. How about that?
Yep.
Low kick and goes out of bounds at about, the 15, kind of skitters off to the right there.
We've seen that about 4 times, and that's a good play. But when the running backs get down there and put the wings like a field goal attempt, he's going to punt it. But I sure wish he'd back up a couple of yards because somebody's going to block one of these days. But that one worked out.
25-yard punt, and more importantly, it puts Lake Dallas deep in its own territory at the 15-yard line.
Correct. You're not looking for massive distance on that. You're looking at no run back and pin them inside the 20.
14-2, Sulphur Springs leads late first quarter. Thomas Adams takes the snap. Here's the jet sweep coming from right to left, and this is DJ Hicks on the carry.
Giovanni Solis ran hard and popped him out of bounds, but we had about 3 more right there with him.
So that's a gain of 4 out to the 19-yard line. I tell you, if Giovanni Solis made that tackle out near the sideline, he's moving.
Yes, sir. Sure was. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of step in everybody tonight. After we woke up on that first drive, I think they feel like we got a game of stats tonight. They want in on it.
Lake Dallas, I believe, has called timeout here.
I think we had number 40 that was shaking up Barrett Teesing.
He
went off, and I think now we're ready.
Got it, okay.
I couldn't see, but he didn't look like it was bad. But
the Falcons had come to the sideline there for a moment.
Yeah.
And here's a draw play up the middle. Big gain here for Lake Dallas to Brockle. Dylan Brockle out to the 31-yard line, and that will be a first down for Lake Dallas.
T.J. Bolden on the stop, and he lost his helmet, so he has to go out for one play. So that one kind of opened up in the middle there. Can't stop them every play. 12
yards on the gain. First down, 31-yard line. Wildcats lead at 14-2. High snap to the quarterback, Thomas Adams. Little flare pass out in the flat. And the receiver makes the first man miss. And then is brought down after a short gain. That is DJ Hicks again.
I think Chris Wisden, he broke the play up. He just almost got his ankles and got him, but he did a good job to where it was just a short gain. Good hustle by the defense.
Second down and 9. Up the middle it goes. Keep it on the ground is Dylan Brockle across the 35 up to the 36-yard line.
Gain of 4, going to be 3rd and 5.
Looks like Laren Vaughn made the first contact there.
So far, their main play, and that's going to be they're going to let that one run the clock out. 20 seconds left and running, so they're going to go and start second quarter at 3rd and 5.
So the Wildcats leading 14-2. We're coming to the end of the first quarter, and this is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. Want to thank Jay Hodge for the beautiful black Texas edition Tahoe in which we drove over here today. Pretty long drive. Takes about 2 hours to make that trip. Here is 3rd down and 6 for Lake Dallas from their own 36-yard line. Sulphur Springs leading 14-2. Man going in motion, and they swing it out to him, and it is complete, and he's into the clear and going to break free for a Lake Dallas touchdown unless this thing is called back because we have a flag down.
I saw that one out there, and I mentioned it earlier with the receivers have a hard time, but they had him pulling him like a tug of war, and the referee saw it. So it's still going to be a first down, but it's not a touchdown. We're going to go from the 46 and go back 10.
Would have been a 64-yard touchdown pass to Dylan Brockle.
Yep. That was a great play. It opened up, but it turned into a greater play when he started holding him, pulling him into the bench.
Holding call here against Lake Dallas, as Tony predicted.
So it's going to go to the 44-yard line, but it's still enough to make a first down. So, but I'll give them a first down instead of a touchdown.
Right.
But we need to remember that play because they had 2 up top and they cleared out and he threw the flare and there was nobody home.
Turns out to be a gain of 8 and a first down on a 3rd and 6 play.
Yep.
First down for the Falcon.
So first down, Lake Dallas at the 44-yard line. Sulphur Springs leading 14-2. 75-yard touchdown pass to Jackson Hare. And a big touchdown run by Deuce Hall. Here's another flare pass out into the flat, and not much of anywhere to go. I believe this is Brockle again on the catch.
Yep. Hardy came in. We had 2 or 3 making him juke, and Hardy pushed him on out. It's going to be a loss of 1 there. So we're catching up on our tackles for losses. That was the exact same scoring play, but to the short side. And once again, good hustle by the Wildcats going side to side.
Laren Vaughn, the middle linebacker, also in on that tackle for Sulphur Springs. 2nd and 11. 43-yard line in Falcon territory. They operate out of the spread. Thomas Adams, the junior quarterback, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself off left tackle, but he's going nowhere. And again, that's Laren Vaughn, the middle linebacker.
Vaughn, and 22 is Zay Godbolt. And that'll be quite a while before the quarterback decides he wants that one because he didn't fool anybody.
Lost back to the 42.
Yep, and that's a generous spot right there. I thought he might have lost another 1 or 2 yards, but two consecutive plays with tackles for loss. So good job for the Cats. Got them behind the sticks.
3 wideouts to the far side, a back to the left of Adams. Adams backpedaling. Lots of time to throw. Now feeling the pressure and is going to be sacked.
Yep.
Back at about the 37-yard line. Let's see who this is. That's Truth Holmes.
And I can't tell. 48. That's Dallin Horton.
Dallin Horton, yeah.
He's made a couple of plays.
Yes, he
That's
has.
3 consecutive plays for losses. That was a slow development, which meant great coverage by our secondary because he had decent protection.
Yes,
and
he
then
did.
all of a sudden it just broke through. So that's a great stand for the Wildcats. Now I need my receivers to move forward about 5 yards. Kick it into the wind.
Standing back at the 30-yard line thereabouts. And punt does come up a little bit short now. Did that bounce off one of the Wildcats?
Yep, it may have. That's what they're going to call. It's going to bounce off of 22, Zay Godbolt. It's going to be Dallas Lake. Nope, they didn't. I think that's a break because I sure thought it touched us.
Everyone reacted like it hit one of the Wildcats.
Yeah, he delayed just a hair, and then he went for it. So a lot of times the referee will make an assumption there, which you shouldn't. Lake Dallas coaching staff's not real thrilled, but if these guys move up, like I said, into the wind, and they missed it by about 5 to 10 yards, it nearly cost us.
34-yard punt there. Sulphur Springs first down.
So let's see if we air it out now that we've got the wind. Flags are not quite as bad, but we're still with it.
Wildcats leading 14-2. First down from their own 33-yard line. Give it to Jackson Hare. Hare loses the football, and this time it's going back to Lake Dallas.
Yep.
And the recovery here for Lake Dallas is by Josh Incubi, 205-pound, 5'9" linebacker.
So I think that's karma, which means that maybe we did catch that one on the punt. So now here we go. It's a good chance for our defense. They've got the ball on our 37-yard line coming in. And plenty of time. Everybody's got timeouts. So let's see if Wildcats can get a 3-and-out here and get the ball back.
Lake Dallas at the Sulphur Springs 37-yard line. First down and 10. Wildcats leading 14-2. 9:29 to go in the first half. Lake Dallas back on offense. Thomas Adams, the junior quarterback, with a man in motion. DJ Hicks, now they give it to Brockle, and Brockle had the helmet ripped off of him there by Truth Holmes.
Yep, that's going to be 15. That's the only thing he could get.
Brockle was hit at the line of scrimmage, but his helmet came off. He's lucky his head didn't come with it.
It may be part of it in there. Could be an ear in there.
But I guess that is by definition a face mask penalty.
Yep.
When you yank the headgear off the guy.
That's one you can't even turn and say, are you sure?
So this is a 15-yard penalty and, of course, the automatic first down, and it moves the ball to the Wildcat 22-yard line.
Yep.
At the 22-yard.
But we've had a history this year of giving yardage and keeping scores out of the end zone. So let's see if we can put that together here.
Sulphur Springs leading 14-2. Thomas Adams has a man in motion from right to left. Adams in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, passing over the middle, and it is complete. Down to the 15-yard line it goes.
First down at the 11.
To number 44, Chase Elliott.
And the catch is made by Chase Elliott,
Number 22.
5'10", 200-pound senior for Lake Dallas. And it is a first down at the 11-yard line.
That was a very well-designed play because he faked it to the receiver and nobody watched him going through the line. And then he just dumped it right over about where the linebackers were. And so very good, very well designed.
Man in motion from left to right. They give it to Brockle, and he is caught and brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. And that is Solis, Giovanni Solis, the defensive tackle for the Wildcats.
With a couple of helpers.
Tackle for loss there. Back to the 15-yard line.
So
now,
that's at least 4 or 5 tackles for loss for us this game. We may be catching up to them.
Second down and 13 from the 15-yard line. Snap to Adams. Gives it to Brockle off left tackle and has his feet cut out from under him after a very short pickup.
Zay Godbolt got him. Did a good job of getting up there. I think he might have lost about a half a yard there.
No gain. Third down.
They say no gain.
No gain. I'm gonna give a tackle for a loss.
I tell you, I think the Sulphur Springs defense is getting better week by week.
Yes, they are. They're playing as a unit. There's not a lot of substitutions, it doesn't appear, but if somebody gets hurt, we sure don't appear to take a hit.
This is third down and 12. Adams takes the snap, throw into the near side, into the end zone, and it is batted away, and that is Giovanni Ibarra on the coverage for Sulphur Springs.
It's a good job there. It's a well-thrown ball, and that receiver looks very tall, and it was right in the corner, but Giovanni got him. So they're going to try about a 31-yard field goal on fourth down.
Their place kicker is Cooper Dennehy. He is 4 for 4 on his field goals this season. His longest, however, is 24 yards. This will be 36. Angle is to the right. Snap, kick on the way, and the kick is good. 36-yard field goal. So 14-5, Sulphur Springs leading over Lake Dallas, and this is Wildcats football on KSST. Just about to have the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff here for Lake Dallas as they get a 36-yard field goal by Cooper Dennehy, his 5th field goal in 5 attempts this season.
Number 7, Jackson Hare.
From my sister.
A different kicker, however, on the kickoffs here. It's, if I'm reading this correctly, no, this is instead Mitchell White. I was about to identify him as someone else, but Mitchell White is the place kicker here on the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff.
And
they kick it short, and this is an onside attempt, and Lake Dallas may have a case here for having the football, and they do.
Okay, they're pulling out all the stops tonight. Going to be at the 45-yard line going in.
Isaiah Morrison recovers for Lake Dallas at the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line.
All right, we're going to see what we're made of right now. That defense is going to come out. I think they're up to the test.
So Lake Dallas recovered a fumble at the Sulphur Springs 37, went down and got the 36-yard field goal. Now they recover an onside kick at the Sulphur Springs 45. Wildcats still lead 14-5, 7:22 left to go in the first half. Thomas Adams waiting on the snap. Man in motion, left to right. And they give it to Cornist. Zaire Cornist between the tackles, and tough going for him.
Zaire Cornist.
I think perhaps Solis is at the bottom of that.
Maybe a yard.
By number 40, Barrett.
Okay, Tessing got in there too. I may have given So I don't think Solis is in there. It was his spot, but that was Thiessen. And he's the one that went out injured last series, so that's good to see.
Second down and 9 for Lake Dallas. 2 in the slot, 2 wide. Back to the right of Adams. And they pass in the flat over on the far side for a short gain.
Zay Godbolt got him running step for step, and once he caught the ball, he didn't give an inch. So a gain of 3 gets it up to a 3rd and 6, but that was outstanding coverage on that by Godbolt.
DJ Hicks with the catch for the Falcons.
They're more than likely in 4-down territory here, so we still don't need to relax.
3rd and 6 for Lake Dallas, trailing 14-5. Looks like they're changing the play here at the line of scrimmage with 11 seconds left on the play clock. 3 men wide to the near side, 1 to the far side, a back to the right of Adams. Adams takes the snap, backpedaling, setting up a screen, and it's off the fingertips of the intended receiver, and that's Zaire Cornist.
I don't know that one would have made it, but it was it just didn't look good, and I think we would have held without the first down. They had a lineman downfield, so they're lucky they didn't get a penalty on that one. So they'll go for it at 4th and 6 at the 41-yard line. So big play coming up.
Sulphur Springs leading 14-5. Thomas Adams, the junior quarterback, he goes 6'1", 190 pounds. Empty backfield, 2 wide to the left, 3 to the right on this 4th and 6. Now the man in motion. They're going to go the jet sweep to the man in motion. And this one opens up as he gets around the right side. And I believe that's Brockle again, who's their top running back, and he will get the first down.
He set up as a wide receiver and came in motion on a jet sweep. And we just didn't quite get out there in time. Ibarra got blocked inside there, and he's normally real good at that, but this one he got blocked.
12 yards on the gain on that 4th and 6 play from the Sulphur Springs 29-yard line. Now throwing deep to the front corner of the end zone on the near side, and good coverage by the Wildcats there, and it's incomplete.
C.T. Galloway there was overthrown a little bit. They got their feet tangled a little bit. The receiver was wanting a flag, but that was a good no call.
Intended for Jet Love. Second down and 10 at the Sulphur Springs 29-yard line. Falcons moving left to right. Adams takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Short gain for the Falcons.
Alex McCormick cut his feet out from under him right there at the line of scrimmage, and he just got 1 yard out of it, so it's a good job there. So 3rd and 9.
Dylan Brockle gained 1 yard. He came into the game, Brockle, with 839 yards rushing, 6.8 yards per carry, and 6 touchdowns.
He's a good runner. They've got some skill people on their team.
I make this 3rd down and 9.
Yep.
Whistles.
Timeout, I think. They need this one, so Coach wants to talk about it. 5:17 left in the second quarter.
Lake Dallas with the timeout. Wildcats lead 14-5. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
Got the man up top.
3rd down and 9 for Lake Dallas. Here's the play action pass, and they pass it in the flat on the near side. It is caught, and he will be a little bit short of the first down.
Yep.
But 4th down coming up. DJ Hicks made the catch, and he got, oh boy, he is within a foot of the first down, Tony.
Yeah, at first thought, I thought they were up there. They're going to have to measure this one.
I guess so.
Something you don't see. Nope, they're going to first down it.
Okay.
Yep. And it with the fields marked as good as they are, you hardly see a measurement anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes the game go.
8 yards on that 4th and 6. First down at the Sulphur Springs 20. Thomas Adams calling for the ball. Hands it off on inside trap there to a wingback, and on the carry for Lake Dallas, that's Maddox Miles, or Maddox Males it is.
He gave up 6 yards, but when he got there, Zay Godbolt put it on him, took him to the ground.
2nd and 4 from the 14-yard line.
So they're having a little bit of success on this motion play, getting just outside the tackles.
3 wide to the near side and 1 to the far side. Brockle to the right of Thomas Adams, the quarterback in the shotgun, as he looks to the sideline for the play. Wildcats leading 14-5, clock rolling, under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Adams takes the snap, looks left, now throwing to the end zone. Caught there, and touchdown.
Is that a flag? Yep, we got another holding call. So we've lucked out again. The flag down there right in the middle of the line. So that one's going to come back again. Wildcats get another break. And that's going to make it 3rd down and about 13.
I have this as a catch by Josh Moore for the touchdown, but as Tony tells you, it is coming back.
So we've gotten a couple of gifts. We need to take advantage of this one. They're behind the chains, but they'll go. It's just 2nd down.
The catch was in the middle, right at the goal line.
It's a good throw.
But the holding pushes them back to the 24-yard line. So they're behind the chains here. 2nd down. Draw play. And not much there on that one.
That one was...
actually, that is the quarterback, Thomas Adams.
Yeah, it was. Truth Holmes and Solis, both. They're going to share that one. So he's 0 for 2 on his kind of draw or read plays. So that should make it, 3rd and 14. Okay, yeah, it was 2nd, and we repeated it. I lost it down there. So 3rd and 13, maybe 14. I think that's 14.
No, I'd say, 3rd and 14.
Yep.
From the Sulphur Springs 23-yard line.
But they're in field goal range as good as their kicker is, and with the wind. Or no, he's into the wind, but he kicked it good.
This threat set up on the onside kick. Now here's a pass over the middle, slant in from right to left is complete, but not close enough for the first down.
4th and 6. So we'll see whether or not they're going to take the 3 or go for it. It kind of looks like they're leaving the offense out there. Now the Wildcats are taking timeout.
Maddox Males made the catch on that last reception. We're going to stay with them here on this 4th down play coming up. Sulphur Springs leading 14-5 over Lake Dallas. The Falcons got a safety on the first series of downs for Sulphur Springs as there was a snap over the head of Jackson Hare attempting to punt, and he just booted it out the back of the end zone. And then the Wildcats came back on a 75-yard touchdown pass from Hayden Mitchell to Jackson Hare, lined up in the slot. And Hare might not have been touched on that play. And then the Wildcats got a 19-yard touchdown run by Deuce Hall on a draw play and led 14-2. Lake Dallas has a 36-yard field goal of late by Cooper Dennehy, and then recovered the onside kick on the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. And they have driven on down to the Sulphur Springs 15-yard line, and now they will go for the field goal here.
Looks like they're lining up. We better watch for the fake.
This will be another 36-yard attempt here by Cooper Dennehy. This one pretty much in the middle of the field.
Low snap.
Kick is on the way, and the kick is good.
Yep. That's a good hold by the holder because the ball was right on the ground and behind him, and he did a good job of putting it down.
So on 2 occasions here, the Wildcats have forced Lake Dallas to settle for a field goal. And the score remains 14-8 with Sulphur Springs leading. 2:41 to go in the half. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Here's the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff by Lake Dallas. Mitchell White puts a foot into the ball, and that one is 5 yards deep in the end zone. And Wildcats wisely will accept the touchback there.
The wind's pretty well down now, so we're seeing the true talent. We've got kickers on both sides here tonight. It's fun to watch.
Tony, Lake Dallas has run 15 plays since the Wildcats' last offensive play.
Yeah, we had just a little spell, so this is very important. Let our defense rest. We had a couple of defensive starters that kind of mumbled off the field after the score, and we need to keep them on the side, let them catch their wind.
Quinn Harris in the ballgame at a wideout here for Sulphur Springs. Wildcats leading 14-8. First down from their own 25-yard line. Sulphur Springs moving from right to left here. That's toward the north end zone. Caden Mitchell setting up the tunnel screen here to Skylar Lewis. And Lewis
that's a
in the open
Hardware
field.
First down.
Houghton Hardware first down it is. Yeah, that's a gain out to the 36-yard line.
That one's set up very well, and if he'd gotten one more move, he could have taken it.
11 yards on the gain. Lake Dallas had the ball at the Wildcats' 37-yard line on a fumble and then recovered the onside kick at the 45, but in both cases had to settle for a 36-yard field goal by Cooper Dennehy.
There he is.
Caden Mitchell moving in the pocket, throwing downfield, and it is picked off at the 45-yard line. Turnover for the Lake Dallas defense, and the interception here is by Jaden Bibbs. And that'll be his second interception of the season.
That one just took a little too long to develop, and Mitchell couldn't get his head turned around because Lewis had broken free on the post, and he had a touchdown with nobody within 10 yards of him. But that's a what if there. So the defense, winded as they are, back on the field again. Getting a true test tonight.
Lake Dallas now will have the ball at its own 49-yard line. Exactly 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Sulphur Springs leading 14-8. And this thing has turned against the Wildcats here.
Yep. And they
in the
get
second
the ball
quarter.
In the third quarter.
Right.
They get the kickoff. They got a chance for a twofer.
Adams, the quarterback, on the snap and running to the near side, finds nowhere to go as the Wildcats do a great job of stringing out the play, and he steps out of bounds after a pickup of 1.
Yep, that was a good job of stringing him out and a good job of not hitting him right at the sideline and risking a penalty.
So in consecutive possessions, Lake Dallas has had the ball at the Sulphur Springs 37, the Wildcat 45, and the Falcon 49-yard line. They only have the 2 field goals to show for it.
We got a problem. They didn't stop the clock on the out of bounds. They're going to add some time back probably. It should be about 1:41 or 2. And I guess they're going to just leave it like it is.
A minute 36 showing on the clock, and now they say they are winding the clock here. I thought he stepped out of bounds.
He was clearly out of bounds, so I don't know what they're doing, but we'll take it.
Second down and 9. Pass to the flat on the near side, complete near the Sulphur Springs 40-yard line.
Galloway on the tackle there, and he did get out of bounds with 1:22.
Jet Love on the catch for Lake Dallas. That is a first down for the Falcons.
So we're going to see whether or not they ran off between 10 and 15 seconds. We'll see if that comes to assist us or not.
A minute 22 showing on the clock. Thomas Adams in the pocket to throw, complete at the 25-yard line. Be another first down for Lake Dallas. And
Harding
this catch,
tackle.
Maddox Males makes the catch for Lake Dallas at the 24.
Clock's running at 1:10.
26-yard gain to Males. First down and 10. 3 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side. Play action pass. Adams in the pocket. Looking left, now looks back to the right and throws it away.
And I want to see a receiver over there because he was still in the pocket and he threw that one away. But I don't think I'm going to get my wish. Sulphur Springs coaches are checking, and that one could very easily have been grounding.
He wasn't under a whole lot of pressure.
No, it was just a matter of that was not developing, and he decided to kill the play. So 2nd and 10.
From the 25 of the Wildcats. And up the middle it goes, and this is a substantial gain here for Lake Dallas. Yep. Down inside the 20-yard line.
We had him stopped. He broke 2 tackles, but ended up getting about 7 or 8 yards.
That's Males again.
And they called a timeout with 49 seconds left.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 2 at the Sulphur Springs 17-yard line. This is Wildcats football on KSST. 3rd down and 3 for Lake Dallas at the Sulphur Springs 17-yard line. Wildcats lead 14-8. Thomas Adams, the junior quarterback, takes the snap. Here's the draw play, and it's going to break big for Lake Dallas. It'll be a first down inside the 10-yard line as Dylan Brockle gets the handoff once again, and it opens up for him. First down and goal at the 9.
40 seconds and the clock is running. Lake Dallas has one timeout left.
8 yards on that previous gain. First down and goal. Adams takes the snap in the shotgun, throw into the near side, back of the end zone. Great job by the Wildcat defender there.
I think that's Galloway again. That was another. They're using the height on that receiver, and Galloway did a great job of high pointing it right at the point at the end.
That's Josh Moore, 6'4", 180.
He's tall, drink of water, and I'm not so sure he would have had his feet in bounds, but that was a very well thrown ball.
He had the touchdown that was called back a little while ago,
Yes.
and they ended up settling for the field goal.
I think he's their go-to.
He hasn't caught a lot of passes coming into this game.
Well, that's surprising. Let's don't let him catch a bunch here.
Second down and goal from the 9.
Same
Moore
play.
again going for the corner here, and there's a flag down. I think this is going to be interference against the Wildcats.
And the problem is the ball was way out of bounds. He had no reason to hit him. But
Again
it's
going
going to be first and goal at the 2.
Again going for Josh Moore.
We'd been flirting with it, and we finally got it. But that ball they had no chance to complete that ball. But of course, Galloway didn't know that while it's in play.
14-8 the Wildcats, but the Falcons can tie the game here and go ahead with the extra point. Snap to Moore. And
All right.
a loss in the backfield. Great job here by the Wildcats. Dylan Brockle dropped for a loss.
Teesing got in there and got him for about a 7 or 8 yard loss. Goes back to the 8, so it's a 6-yard loss, and they had to call their last time out. So that could be a 4-point play there. I don't know if they're going to risk running another play or if they're going to go kick the field goal right now. They've got time for one play to throw it in the end zone, but if they get caught, they're done.
13 seconds showing on the clock. The scoreboard does not show the number of timeouts left, does it?
No, it does. We've got 2, and it's those dashes. They don't have a numeral.
I see.
They're done with this one, so they're either – the only thing they can do is throw a pass in the end zone, so we need to put a rush on. They're going to throw a lob over the top. They've gone over here 2 times in a row or 3 times. I got a feeling we're going up the top where Ibera is. They've got him isolated.
Second down and goal from the 8, 13 seconds on the clock. Sulphur Springs leading 14-8. Another timeout taken
We're
by
calling
Sulphur
timeout.
Springs.
Once we let them line up, now we're going. That's good coaching there.
This game late in the first quarter looked like it might possibly be a Sulphur Springs blowout win.
It's turning into the game I kind of thought that it might be, that we were going to have to play one of our better games. And we started out really good, stumbled some, and we've given them life, and they've done what they're supposed to when you give them life.
This game turned around on a fumble recovery at the Sulphur Springs 37-yard line. And then they went down and got the 36-yard field goal. Then they successfully recovered an onside kick.
That's the play that broke us in this half, in my opinion. You can live with an effort fumble like Jackson had there, but to give up the onside kick there, that's not inexcusable, but you're supposed to be aware of that, and that's when it really hurt.
Then Dennehy got a 36-yard field goal after that. The Wildcats stopped him at the 15-yard line, and then, Tony, the interception, which is what has set up this opportunity.
Yep. Okay, they've got one, number 11, way out the top, and I hope that Ibera gets on the inside because I think they're going to try to slant him.
13 seconds to go.
Tip.
And tried to set up a middle screen here.
I think we intercepted that.
And ball is intercepted.
Let's see who got it. We can't see yet. Come on, show me. I think it may be Tessing. I think it is.
Looks like number 40 intercepted.
Okay, Tony got it.
Tessing got that on a tip, so now that's a great job. We're going to get out of this without giving up even 3. and spoils their opportunity for a 2-for-1. We'll probably just take a knee right here because we don't want to risk giving up another safety or a turnover.
So defensive lineman Barrett Thessing comes up with the interception on a tip ball. They were trying to set up a middle screen, Tony.
Yep.
And now 6 seconds to go, and the Wildcats take the snap. That is Caden Mitchell, who goes to a knee, and Sulphur Springs will go in at halftime holding a 14-8 lead. What a weird first half, and in particular, what a weird second quarter it was.
Second quarter was something. We've had 2 or 3 of those second quarters this year, and I'm very pleased at where we're sitting right now because I was kind of concerned that they were going to sneak in and be leading when the half ended. So good job by the defense. They played a lot of snaps this half.
Wildcats lead at 14-8 at halftime. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. The Wildcats leading 14-8 at halftime. Your halftime presentation from Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. We have the Sulphur Springs High School band about to take the field, but right now they are supporting the performance by the Blue Blazes, and we're going to pick up their performance from the field here at Falcon Stadium in Corinth. The Sulphur Springs High School band and the Blue Blazes.
Here to strike up the band, sergeants for this year are Lily Bankston, Valeria Moreau, Allie Thompson, and Cameron Smith. In the Wildcat Nation, halftime is showtime. Officers for the 24-25 line are Junior Lieutenants Kara Fagan and Emma Palacios. Senior Lieutenants Jaden Allen and Allison Smith. Your captains, Trinity Martin and Sedona McCullum. The Blazes want to send a special shout out to their Blaze of the Week, London Doyle, along with their Spirit Girl of the Week, Emma Palacios. Let's hear it for this week's Spotlight Teacher, Mrs. Yolanda Hall. The Blazes would love to send a special thank you to their sponsor, Corner Grub House, RGW Hollow, J&D Dozer and Mulching, Miguel and Lindy Palacios, Larry and Sherry Finney, the Bankston family, the Sign Shop, Bob Evans, the Shirt Lady, City National Bank, Wyatt's Towing. The Blue Blazes are under the direction of alumni member Mrs. Meredith Dial. Now, join the Blazes as they perform a sky-high ladder routine to get ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they come, the back-to-back UIL state finalists. Man, oh man, that Wildcat band! The band is being led onto the field by drum majors Brody Emmert, Cannon Gibson, Rafael Flores, and Anthony Small. Now sit back and enjoy tonight's performance of Neon Nights.
Sulphur Springs High School band on the field during their performance of Neon Nights. For the Lake Dallas fans here, halftime presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. Wildcats leading at halftime over the Lake Dallas Falcons 14-8.
Sulphur Springs High School Wildcat Bands. Directors for the band are Spencer Emmert, Allison Martinez, Zachary Griffin, Cody Braff, Brittany Robinette, Steve Proctor, and Connor Dawes. Big day for the band tomorrow at UIL Area C contest in Lindale. Join us for our preliminary performance at 3:30. Go Wildcats!
Sulphur Springs High School Band performing at halftime here in Lake Dallas this evening. And as you know, halftime is presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. It's 14-8, the Wildcats leading over Lake Dallas at halftime. We'll be back and talk about this first half and also the second half coming up after this on Wildcats football and KSST. Wildcats football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Hooten Hardware, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, and we thank J. Hodge for the Black Texas Edition Tahoe in which we came over here today. Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Copy Products, and BT Medical. Pre-game is presented by Super Handy. Halftime is presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. I'm John Mark Dempsey along with Tony Flippin and also Matt Jansen, our technical director and video producer. James Terry is our producer in the KSST studios. And the Wildcats lead at 14-8. And Tony, this was almost a tale of I wouldn't say two halves, but two quarters.
Two quarters,
I
it
guess
sure was.
The Wildcats, first of all, did not get off to the good start. They on the first series, they had to punt or attempt to punt, and then you had a high snap over the head of Jackson Hare, and it went out the back of the end zone, and Lake Dallas had a safety to lead 2-0. But then the Wildcats came back with a 75-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Jackson Hare, who had lined up in the slot and came in over the middle and just broke free. at about midfield and led it 7-2 with 8:55 left to go in the first quarter, and then forced Lake Dallas to punt, and then they drove 59 yards in 7 plays, had a 24-yard run by Hare on that drive, and then a 19-yard run for the touchdown on a draw play to Deuce Hall. And the Wildcats led it 14-2, and then forced Lake Dallas to punt again, 3 and out. And at that point, Tony, really looked like the Wildcats might run the Falcons out of the stadium.
That's exactly what I was thinking, was that they had their head down, and I was talking about the spring in our step, and then came the second quarter.
Right, and the big play that got Lake Dallas going was a fumble that was recovered at the Sulphur Springs 37-yard line. They got down to the 15-yard line of the Wildcats, but stalled there, and Cooper Dennehy hit a 36-yard field goal. Then, as Tony pointed out, maybe the biggest play of the first half, the onside kick. After that field goal, they recovered at the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line. Again, they stalled out at the 15. And Dennehy had a 36-yard field goal. So 14-8 at that point, and that is where the score stands now. But the Wildcats really kind of fortunate that it is still a 14-8 lead, because Lake Dallas got the interception by Bibbs, and I'm looking for his first name, Jaden Bibbs. And that gave them the ball almost at midfield at the Falcon 49-yard line. Drove down to the Sulphur Springs 8, but they got the interception. The Wildcats did. Was it a fourth down play?
It was a fourth down play. For some reason, they decided not to go for the three-pointer, which, I thought they would, because that would get them within that'd get them within 3, and then they get the ball for the kickoff. So thanks to the way it worked out, it's okay.
Trying to set up a screen pass, and Barrett Thessing, the down lineman, interior lineman for the Wildcats, intercepted a tipped pass, and that prevented Lake Dallas from scoring there. So I really have to say the Wildcat defense did a phenomenal job there on those 3 possessions by Lake Dallas.
One of the best first halves for the defense all year, because this team has some talent. I mean, we've played a couple of teams that we've blown out, and we've had some low scores in the first half. This team has the ability to score, and the defense was on the field because of these turnovers. The defense played a whole lot of plays in that second quarter, and the offense wasn't out there very much. So kudos to them. Hopefully they're getting their feet up in there, getting refreshed, get a lot of water in them, and be able to withstand. Maybe we can get a 3 and out on this first one and turn the offense over this time.
Tony, from the point that Sulphur Springs fumbled and gave Lake Dallas the ball at the 37-yard line in Wildcat territory, for the remainder of the half, Lake Dallas ran 23 plays to 1 for Sulphur Springs, not counting the play in which the Wildcats took a knee to end the half.
And there was how many? At least 1 or 2. There was that long pass touchdown that come back, and so you don't count that.
Right.
So 2 or 3 penalties. So the defense, they had their tongue dragging when they went in that locker room. So they couldn't have come at a better time, and hopefully they'll come out. Maybe they can impose their will and get a 3 and out on this first possession, and let the offense go on maybe a 10 or 15 play drive and really set the tone here.
One thing that has changed in high school football since the time that I first started watching it when I was young, I hate to say how many years ago, is that each band now does quite a lengthy performance. And that's great for the bands, and it's great for everybody that loves the bands and who doesn't. But it also gives the kids a long time to rest at halftime. I mean, it's like half an hour.
You put 28 minutes on the score. That's what UIL dictates, that each school has 14 minutes. So you'll see the clock operator put 28 minutes on the board, and if you're wondering why a referee is standing out at the end zone or one of the corners, they're waiting for every member of the coaching staff and the football team to clear. And when the last one clears, he'll wind the clock for that 28 minutes, and there it goes. And so you're supposed to adhere to your 14 minutes each.
But the point being here is that the Wildcats needed that rest.
We need for the clock to stall right here for about another 5 or 6 minutes.
But wow, I mean, the Sulphur Springs defense was really put to the test there.
Yes.
In the second quarter, and they're very fortunate still to be leading 14-8. So as you point out, Lake Dallas will have the football to start the second half, and it's going to be very important for Sulphur Springs to force a 3-and-out if they possibly can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've mentioned too that defensive unit. I don't think I saw but maybe a couple of subs. For the most part, they're playing 11 people out there, and it's the same 11. So they need to get their wind and their feet under them, and hopefully they got a little breather and ready to go.
You've got an interesting score here to pass along for us.
Aubrey is leading Frisco Panther Creek 27-13 at halftime, and that's become a pattern of Panther Creek is to get down. Now, at the Paris game, they were ahead. But on the bigger games, they've been down at halftime, and we even had left here one night thinking they had won a ball game or lost a ball game, and they came back and won it. So you never can tell with them.
I think that was the game against Lake Dallas that they were way ahead or way behind, and then came back and beat Lake Dallas 46-44 in 3 overtimes. But we have a lot of interest in Panther Creek because they're coming into Sulphur Springs for the final regular season game next Friday night.
And what did you say their record is?
Well,
district?
Since you asked, I've got it here somewhere, Tony. They are 3-1, and Sulphur Springs is 3-1.
So in theory, we're going to come down. It definitely is going to be the seeding for the second seed, because even if we win and they lose, if they were to beat us next week, we'd tie. They'd have the head-to-head.
Right.
So it's a definite seeding game. So it's all the more important for the Wildcats to go ahead and show that they're the better team tonight at Lake Dallas in this second half. Take this win. Hopefully we leave healthy. And then this is one of those where long trip can hurt Panther Creek coming to us.
Great point.
We've had
long
two
drive.
long trips and only had Celeste at home, and so this gives a chance for us to stay home, get our temperament back, get into the friendly confines of Prim, and close this season out on a high note.
Of course, you say close the season out. After
Regular
that, then the playoffs begin, and the Wildcats will be matched up against teams out of 8-4A Division I. That's the Dallas district, and right now Kimball is leading that district with a 5-0 record. Carter is at 4-1 in second place. Pinkston at 3-2, and North Dallas, of all people, at 3-2. So when you talk about seeding, if the Wildcats finish second, they probably are looking at maybe playing Pinkston or even North Dallas or Wilmer Hutchins. If they are third, which would be more likely, they're looking again maybe at Carter once again for the third year in a row, or possibly Kimball, but more likely Dallas Carter. So you would much rather play Pinkston or North Dallas or Wilmer Hutchins in that by-district game. Tony also had Commerce leading over Raines 20-19 at halftime, and that's a bit of a surprise in that I would have thought the Tigers would have been out by a much wider margin than 1 point at halftime.
I'm not being able to get many scores. My machine thinks I'm lost because it's normally putting the miles out from Sulphur Springs, so I'm having a hard time getting them today.
Some other games tonight. Cumbie is at home against Maud. Alba Golden is at home against Paul Pewitt. Mount Vernon is at Malakoff. Mineola at home versus Eustis, and the Yellow Jackets might win their first game versus Eustis tonight. Last night, 6-man ball, St. Joe 56, Campbell nothing was the final score there. Well, we have come almost to the end of halftime here. It's 14-8. The Wildcats leading. Going to take another break, and we'll be back with the start of the second half very soon when Wildcats football continues after this on KSST. Wildcats football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Hooten Hardware, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Frances Hospital, Copy Products, and BT Medical. And Lake Dallas about to receive the kickoff here. The J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff it is from Eric Rodriguez, who's been kicking the ball deep on every kickoff so far tonight. Tony?
Mm-hmm. Well, we've seen a lot of kicking tonight, good kicking, both sides, and skill with that onside kick. It looks like Lake Dallas is protecting now. There's a big gap from the 35 down to the 5 if we wanted to pop one in the middle.
Eric Rodriguez advancing on the ball, and this one comes down at the 10-yard line. And the return for Lake Dallas out across the 30 down the far sideline.
I think Ibarra's the one that threw him out there at about the 33. Nope, they're going to, yeah, they're there, 33. That was a low kick, and so it went deep to the 5-yard line, but he was able to get a decent return. We didn't get the hang time that we've had. So, ready to go.
Line of scrimmage, the 34-yard line. Sulphur Springs leads at 14-8. First play of the second half. Coming up here, the Lake Dallas Falcons in their Kelly green uniforms, jerseys and pants, white headgear. Silver numerals that are hard to read. Handoff up the middle, and the Wildcats are there to meet the ball carrier and push him back. No gain.
Alex McCormick was the leader there, and then they had a couple more. The Wildcats are doing a good job on defense. We're tackling a little better at the line of scrimmage, but we're getting a lot of help. So that's one thing that plagued us early was we had a good hit early, but we weren't tackling.
That was Dylan Brockle on the carry again for Lake Dallas. This time it's 2 in the slot and 2 wide on this second down and 10 play from the 34-yard line. Thomas Adams, the senior, or I should say junior quarterback. There's a loose ball on a handoff and a scramble for the football, and one of the Wildcats has picked it up. And let's see who got it.
That's either Godbolt or Alex King. I don't know, 22 or 26.
That's Alex King on the recovery.
That ball shot out, and Alex was able to scoop it up going toward the Wildcat bench. So here we go. We withstood their initial kick or possession of this half. We've got a short field. Here's where we can start dominating the football game.
Wildcats have the ball at the Lake Dallas 40-yard line on the Alex King fumble recovery. There's a bad exchange there between Thomas Adams, the quarterback, and Dylan Brockle, the running back.
Looks like we've got Hall in the backfield because we got a slot out here.
Yeah, they give it to Deuce Hall.
Yep.
Hall off left tackle and bounces outside and uses a stiff arm to get to the 35-yard line for a gain of 5 yards.
Got 36. They're going to give him 6 out of it.
Yeah, got to the 34.
Good job of using that sideline or the stiff arm and getting to the sideline, so that's a real good positive play on first down.
Wildcats moving left to right. Jeff Stevenson out over the football at center for Sulphur Springs. Z back in behind the right tackle. That's Quinn Harris. They give it to Jackson Hare, and he is caught behind the line and dropped for a loss back to the 35.
One there. They were ready for that one. We're in 4-down territory, so we're still okay. It's going to be interesting to see if we run it, just try and make sure we get some positive yards before 4th down, or go ahead and throw it here.
14-8, Sulphur Springs leads. First possession of the second half for the Wildcats. They recovered a fumble at the Lake Dallas 40-yard line, and it was linebacker Alex King that came up with the football.
We put the big boy in on the right side like we're going to run, and then Mitchell's going to, well, where's he doing here?
Mitchell's tried to scramble out of the pocket there and flips it at the last second to Jackson Hare, and he loses another 3 yards here.
That one just never developed. We brought the big bruiser in, 45.
Andre Serta.
Yeah, and we normally going to run off tackle there, and we went ahead and we're going to throw it. Nothing looked good.
4th and 8 from the 38-yard line, so a big opportunity here for Sulphur Springs hanging in the balance if they don't pick up the first down on this play.
This is going to be one of those where we're liable to line up and then quick kick it if they put the wings in. But we're at least going to see what kind of defense gets in there. We're in a regular set right now.
3 wide to the left side. Jackson Hare moving in motion out to the Left side, it is complete to Skylar Lewis at the 20-yard line. Lewis coming back to the ball, makes the catch, gets away from a tackler, and he is inside the 20-yard line all the way to the 16-yard line.
That's a Hooten Hardware first down, and we didn't say that hardly any in that second quarter, so we've got some to make up this half.
22 yards on the gain. On that, was that fourth down or third down?
That was fourth down.
4th and 8 play, right.
Yeah, so
22
play.
22 yards to Skylar Lewis. Handoff, Jackson Hare covers up and does not pick up much of a gain there, if at all.
Yep.
Maybe got to the 15. No, it's no gain.
No gain there. They've done a pretty good job on the runs up the middle. We may need to pull one of these jet sweeps or fake a jet sweep. Throw a pass.
14-8, the Wildcats, with 8:40 left to go in the third quarter. This threat set up on the fumble recovery a short time ago by Alex King. Now 2nd down and 10 from the 16-yard line of Lake Dallas. Ball on the far hash mark. Mitchell to throw. Passing left side.
Got it again, Skylar.
Diving catch to Skylar Lewis.
Yep, short of a first down, but it's going to make it 3rd and 1, I think.
Gets to the 7.
Very good pass, and Skylar's playing like a basketball player, blocking out where only he could get that pass.
Right.
Did a great job of hugging it all the way to the ground. Coming back, yep, we got a hold.
No, what I was going to say was Skylar Lewis was coming back to the ball.
Yes, he was, but we got that play's coming back.
Yeah. So
that's a payback for one of those that we got a touchdown call back on us first half.
Holding the call against the Wildcats.
So wow, instead of
3rd and 1.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 at the 7. They are pushed back to the 26-yard line, well behind the chains here. Yep. In fact, that's what 3rd and 20.
Yep.
From the 26-yard line, and they need to get to the 6. So, yeah, 3rd and 20.
And we were in field goal range, too, so we need to get some of these yards, and we may get our wish.
Mitchell in the shotgun, moving, and is going to be sacked. Trying to move up in the pocket there, but he is brought down back at about the 30.
Line.
Do they give him the
straight up 30?
Yeah, they say forward progress at the 30, so that's a loss of 4.
Yep. It's going to be 4th and 24, and that's out of field goal range. So what you do here is you see if you can get you a pass interference or get one of those slants.
Now, is it the down marker still shows 3rd down, Tony?
Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. Yep.
So the snap now to Caden Mitchell throwing over the middle, and
there's interference.
Incomplete, but flags coming in from all over the field.
Yep. So there's
intended
go ahead.
6 Lewis.
For Skylar Lewis at the 5-yard line.
So that's going to be 15. We're going to get the ball on the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. So we got that holding call back there.
And then some.
Yep. Good job by Skylar. And I'm not so sure it wasn't going to be a touchdown when it was there. So, and defensive backs, in all honesty, are told if you think you're beat, tackle them. You'd rather give up 15 than give up the 6 points. So it worked out. We from way behind the chains on 3rd and 24 now to a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Andre Serta, the H-back behind the left tackle. Man in motion from left to right. And they give it, or is this a direct snap to Deuce Hall, going off left tackle and eluding a couple of Falcon tacklers there as he gets down to the 10-yard line for a gain of 5 yards.
Yep, that's a good job there. I think right now we'd be more versatile with Deuce in there at quarterback, and again, nothing against Mitchell, but you free up with a better runner. But they're coming back with Mitchell here, which is just fine. Now we're going back, so we're confused. Hall's going to stay in there. They heard me.
The proverbial Chinese fire drill there.
But we got to hurry. We only got 4 seconds left. We did get it off, and he's
Hall bobbles it, and I don't know if he got it back or not. Maybe he did. Yeah, he got it back.
He did.
Boy, Yeah, and I think that mistake there was a result of the confusion, Tony.
It was. They were trying to get it snapped. Should have called timeout since they were that late. They snapped it at about 2 to keep from getting the penalty, and it cost them that much. It cost them 12 yards, 11 yards.
11 yards, all the way back to the 21-yard line.
So that's a hurt right there.
So now 3rd and very long, 3rd and 17, the scoreboard says. Yeah, that's right. Need to get to the 6-yard line. Caden Mitchell back in at quarterback with Deuce Hall a step to his left. Mitchell in the pocket, throwing over the middle, and has got his man at the 3-yard line.
I think that may be Watson.
That's Wyatt Watson on the catch.
And if he got to the yard line, that's a first down. That's a hooting. Well, let's see.
They're walking back for some reason.
Are you kidding? We're going to get another holding call?
Wyatt Watson made the catch over the middle down at the 3.
I guess they're calling it incomplete.
They must have. He sure like that they caught it to me.
It sure did. So we got a 4th down.
4th and 17 then. Okay, well, here's the snap to Caden Mitchell. Retreating, throwing, has his man complete at the 5-yard line, and that is Quinn Harris for a touchdown.
What a play call by the coaching staff right there, and Mitchell sold it, rolling out to the right, and then Harris started down the middle, and all of a sudden he broke, and there were no green jerseys on that half of the field. That was a perfect play call.
Quinn Harris, who has been until very recently an H-back, but he's been coming in at wideout and playing as a slot receiver in the last couple of games. That's his 2nd touchdown catch of the season, and that one for 21 yards. Wow, touchdown, Wildcats. Kick by Eric Rodriguez, and by the way, we have to say that Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says way to go, Wildcats.
And a Hooten Hardware first down. I was going to say that one's so wide open, I might could have scored on it with my bad knee.
21-8, the Wildcats lead with the extra point by Eric Rodriguez. And Wildcats football continues after this on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. We're about to have the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. We'll summarize the drive here for you in a minute. Eric Rodriguez advancing on the ball, kicks it deep to the 3-yard line. Here's the return for Lake Dallas. And this is Dylan Brockle, their outstanding running back, who comes across the 20-yard line up to about the 22-yard line.
Got a player down, so we're going to have a timeout.
So Quinn Harris, the 21-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell. And I think that was 4th and I want to say 17.
It may have been. It was at least 13, and it may have been the 16 or 17. You may be right.
4th down and long. And Quinn Harris, I think, had lined up in the slot and came wide
on
open.
The right side, and then he went down the middle kind of like he was going to do a little hook, and then all of a sudden he let everybody clear. I think this is Ibarra down from the kickoff. So
one of the Wildcats down at the 24-yard line. And while we have a player being assisted on the field, we'll take another break. The Wildcats lead 21-8. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Gio Ibarra walks off the field on his own power, but is not in on that, or is he in?
No, he's not, and we got Mitchell playing in cornerback in his slot.
Wow. Here's a handoff, and they're trying to go off left tackle, the Falcons, and the Wildcats do a great job of defensing that play. And
Zay Godbolt got the first hit.
He will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
We're catching up on those tackles for losses tonight.
You're right about that.
This is, I think, our best game of the season on the tackles for losses.
I made the comment early in the game that Lake Dallas had 43 tackles for loss coming into this game to 18 for Sulphur Springs. But, boy, that has been reversed tonight.
Yep. Now we got James Johnson down here where Mitchell was for that play.
Yeah, well, that makes more sense.
It does.
Adams passing, look-in pass, breaking in from right to left, short gain.
Gets it back to a 3rd and 10, maybe a 3rd and 9.
That's Maddox Males, who made several offensive top-notch plays there in the first half. Out to the 22-yard line for a gain of 5. This is 3rd and 9.
Okay, we've really loaded up the box. We got 4 defenders for three receivers over there. Let's see what they do. They got one up there by himself, but Hardy's moving over.
3 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side. This goes to Malcolm Simon going off tackle to the right. He bounces it out and gets up to about the 28-yard line, but he'll be well short of a first down. The punting unit coming onto the field for Lake Dallas.
That was Hardy came in there, and he must have knocked the helmet down over his head because he can't see, but now they got him straightened up. So that's a great job by the Wildcat defense, 3 and out. And if we handle the punting duties right, we're going to have decent field position, hopefully from the 40-yard or closer of our territory.
Grayson Hardy, by the way, coming in with 111 tackles for the Wildcats and 13 in the game last week against Community. Here's the punt on this 4th down and 4. And this is Deuce Hall, takes the punt and returns it
straight up 50-yard line. Great job. That's about a 15-yard return.
Hall returns it to the 50-yard line for the Wildcats, and the punt return game for Sulphur Springs has really improved here in the last couple of weeks.
And I'm not going to say I told you so. We're catching the dadgum ball.
Now we've got a player who's hobbling off right now for the Wildcats.
Can't see. That's 20-something.
Ball at the 50-yard line.
3:06 left in the third quarter, 21-8, and we can put our stamp on this ball game with this 50-yard drive right here.
First down at the 50, following the punt return by Deuce Hall. Little flare pass out here to Hall to the far side of the field as they move left to right, and Hall a short gain to the 48-yard line for a gain of 2. By the way, that touchdown for the Wildcats a moment ago, the 21-yard pass to Quinn Harris set up on the fumble recovery on the first offensive possession of the second half by Lake Dallas, as Alex King recovered for Sulphur Springs on the second play from scrimmage. They took it on in for the touchdown.
Free play coming up here with an offsides, and we didn't connect, but we should be getting 5 yards in a redo. Their right end jumped off.
Caden Mitchell passing to the far side, incomplete.
Yep.
But, as Tony says, offside call here.
Going to be 2nd and 3 after that.
So move it to the 43-yard line in Lake Dallas territory. Sulphur Springs leading 21-8, 2:30 left to go in the second quarter.
Cade Mitchell showed good senior leadership there. He knew he had a free play, and he went ahead and followed through and threw it out there. It didn't complete, but did a good job.
Jeff Stevenson, the center, out over the football for Sulphur Springs. Snap to Mitchell. Pass to Skylar Lewis, and the first man misses. And Lewis motors on down the sideline to the 30-yard line or thereabouts, and that's a Hooten Hardware first down for Sulphur Springs.
You beat me to it that time. I was looking. Lewis kind of looked like he's hobbling, but he may be fooling them a little, thinking he's got a hitch in his get-along, and then run past him.
13 yards on that game. Quick little out to Skylar Lewis. He got by the first tackler.
Again, we've got athletes, and we're trying to put them out with the ball in their hand in space.
Wyatt Watson in motion from left to right. They give it to Jackson Hare off left tackle. Hare with a stiff arm and jukes a man at about the 10-yard line, and he is into the end zone standing up for the Wildcat touchdown.
Oh, Lord, he needs to go help that guy put his britches back on. Oh, what a play. He went from 50 to 0 in about 1.5 yards, let him go by and said Olay, and then on to the end zone.
30-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare. That is his second touchdown of the night. He had a 75-yard touchdown catch in the first half, and now the Wildcats comfortably back out in front in this game, 27-8 with the extra point to come. And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats.
I'm going to put a Hooten Hardware first down in there, too.
Yeah, the touchdown run there by Jackson Hare. Extra point by Eric Rodriguez, good. 28-8. The Wildcats lead it with 2:12 left to go in the third quarter. This is Wildcats football on KSST. That's a 50-yard drive for Sulphur Springs in 3 plays, 30-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare, and that will give him now 13 touchdowns, the lucky 13th touchdown for Jackson Hare. Here is the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff by Eric Rodriguez, landing at the 5-yard line. Bounces into the end zone.
That's touchback. The minute it touches, they both thought that the other one was going to get it there, and they're lucky that it got there because it ended up just a yard deep.
Did neither of them touch the ball?
No.
Okay.
And it really, well, let's see, if they'd have touched it in play, they'd have had to go get it, but it wouldn't have been a safety.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
25-yard line going out. The kicking game has been good all night.
By the way, the touchdown drive set up on the 15-yard punt return by Deuce Hall to midfield.
Yes.
And as we've said, that punt return game for Sulphur Springs has really become quite formidable here in the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
First down, Lake Dallas at the 25-yard line. Handoff up the middle. And this is Dylan Brockle for a good gain for the Falcons.
Going to get about 8 on that one. This is not a time for the defense to relax any with this lead. We need to go ahead and stay with it. I didn't see who ended up with it there or got the tackle.
Yeah, I think there were 3 or 4 involved in that.
Yeah, we've had that most of the night. We've done a really good job of moving to the ball and giving help.
9 yards on the gain by Dylan Brockle, so this is 2nd down and 1. Thomas Adams, the quarterback, gives it to D.J. Hicks on a jet sweep, and the Wildcats have great penetration there and bring him down for a loss of several yards.
Was that 30? No, T.J. Bolden.
Yep.
And Holmes. They kind of sandwiched him there, and that's another one of those tackles for a loss there. I think this is our defensive line's best ball game this year.
I thought maybe Truth Holmes was in on that
that's
one.
That's who it was. It was.
So this is 3rd down and 4 from the 31-yard line. Little flare pass out here on the left side. Coming out of the backfield, the back makes the catch. He's out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That's Dylan Brockle again. Yep. And he will have the first down.
That one was just wide open, and we didn't react quick enough. That was one where you almost have to take a chance and void your area to cut him off. So that was just a good call.
13-yard gain. First down, Lake Dallas. Wildcats lead it 28-8. Adams heading off to Brockle again, off left tackle, and Brockle lowers his shoulder as he crosses into Sulphur Springs territory to the 49-yard line.
James Johnson teed up on him, and he got the worst of that because the back had a good head of speed. He kind of shook the cobwebs off to get up, but he's back in there ready to go.
And it's first down for Lake Dallas at the Wildcat 49. Ball on the near hash mark. They're moving from left to right. They swing it out again to Brockle over to the far side in the flat, and this time, well, he's still on his feet there, isn't he?
And that cost him some yards too.
I was going to say that he was only going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think he
caught his balance, and so once you do that, you reestablish your position. So that's another tackle for a loss. I kind of think McCormick got out there once he slung him back. I believe you're right. I think 12, James Johnson made the initial play and kind of slung him backwards. And, again, good help from the people behind. If they hadn't, he'd have gotten some runs out of it. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. A good third quarter for the Cats.
And that was a fast third quarter.
Yes.
That caught me by surprise that we'd already come to the end of the quarter. So the Wildcats right with 2 touchdowns in the third quarter to lead it 28-8 going to the fourth quarter. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Going to the fourth quarter, the Wildcats lead it 28-8 over the Lake Dallas Falcons from Corinth tonight. This is a 2nd down and 12 play for Lake Dallas. Now moving left to right. Thomas Adams in the shotgun, backpedaling, throwing deep, and incomplete at the 15-yard line. Double coverage back there for the Wildcats. Grayson Hardy on the coverage along with James Johnson.
That was a great job. Johnson was a little bit behind, but he knew Hardy was coming. Hardy was beat a little bit, and then he made it up, and he got there at the perfect time, and the two of them knocked it away. And the receiver's helmet came off, and he's kind of shaken up a little bit.
That's Josh Moore, their 6'4", 180-pound receiver, who made a couple of plays there in the first half and had a touchdown called back.
Yep.
And he took a pretty good lick there and is on his back at the 12-yard line.
And we don't have anybody to stack up with him height-wise, but our athletes out there are getting where they need to go and either delivering a hit. Sometimes I know Galloway high-pointed on one of those in the corner and knocked it away. So sometimes you got to figure out how to climb up there and get it out of the way, and our guys are doing a good job of it.
I think this has been the best game for the Sulphur Springs defense this season.
It has. And we hadn't really said much about the facilities here, but this is a really nice stadium.
Yep.
Really good. Press box is really impressive, and for a first time over here, I got good feelings here, better than when we left Aubrey. sitting in the stands by the band, Aubrey didn't impress me much.
Well, Josh Moore walking off the field on his own power here. So it's a 3rd down 12 play coming up here for Lake Dallas from the Falcon 49-yard line. The Wildcats lead at 28-8. We had an updated score. Aubrey now leading Panther Creek in the third quarter, 34-27. Panther Creek making a comeback. They were behind 27-13 at halftime.
Yep.
Panther Creek at Sulphur Springs next Friday night.
Here comes the draw.
Draw play to Dylan Brockle on this 3rd down and long, and he gets across the line of scrimmage and picks up 4 or 5 yards, but a flag is down at the
I bet we're going to have a hold. It's either going to be a hold or a face mask, so I'm going to vote for a hold.
Be well short of a first down in any case, unless, of course, they get more yards on the penalty here, which Tony is believing will not be the case. Our referee tonight is Bill Stemmel.
It's going to be in our favor because they're talking to Faircloth to see what they want to do.
Tony, do you remember? I know you do. When the option would be given to the team captain on the field.
Oh yeah.
And the captain would make the call.
Yep.
When did that end?
That's probably been gone for 20 years.
Maybe more.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not much in my. I mean, when I was a referee, for the most part, you'd say something, but you would get in position and be looking at the coach. So they took it back. That's a 15-yarder, I guess. I didn't see what it was.
Well, I distracted you.
Yeah, no, it was just 10 yards, but now it's 3rd and 20.
Back to the 41-yard line it is.
And I think that's a good call to take them back because they would have gone for it at 4th and 8 at midfield in the score like it is. So this is a good use of the penalty.
3rd and 20 from the Falcon 41, throwing over the middle, and they do not connect on that pass at the Sulphur Springs 40-yard line intended for DJ Hicks. So a punt coming up here.
Yeah, just let him a little too much on there. So now they've got a punt. Good job once again by the defense. Again, the second quarter was kind of weird, but the guys, for the entire body of work tonight, the defense has done really nice. And the offense has had its moments, and we're fixing to finish this out.
I've finally been able to read the number of the punter. It's Mitchell White who is putting here for Lake Dallas. That is a fair catch called for by the Wildcats, and that's Deuce Hall with the nice, clearly indicated fair catch there at the 26-yard line.
And they're doing that too. We haven't had many fair catches and all. We've been playing deeper. I mean, as well as this punt is, and good and high like they are, you've got time to do that. And the kicking, the special teams has done really good with the exception of that onside kick tonight.
That's a 33-yard punt there by Mitchell White. 28-8 with 11:13 to go in the ballgame. Wildcats first down at the 26-yard line, their first possession of the fourth quarter. Moving right to left, they give it to Jackson Hare. Hare using his blockers.
That one's coming back. And
bounces outside, gets up to the 31-yard line.
Excuse me.
What did you see?
We got 2 flags. We're gonna go 10 back on us. Pardon me. Although they're actually looking this way.
Taylor Martinez.
I'm just going to wait on this one because
flags down the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a penalty against Lake Dallas.
It must have been face mask or a personal foul because they're going 15 from the end of the play. So let's see.
Put his hand to his face.
Oh, okay, just hands to the face instead of targeting. So that's 15. Hooten Hardware first down the easy way there, but we still get it in.
Up to the 41-yard or 46-yard line it goes. First down for the Wildcats. And on first down, they go off right tackle.
Yep.
And this is Jackson Hare running tough for Sulphur Springs.
That's a good hard run there. About 7 yards. Very good positive yardage on first down. This is where we want to take about 10 plays, get on down there, score this touchdown. That'll put this ball game away, give the defense another breather. Looking good.
8 yards on the gain. It's second down and 2 at the Lake Dallas 44-yard line. Wildcats leading 28-8 with 10:18 to go and the clock rolling. Andre Serta, the H-back, in behind the right guard right now. And Caden Mitchell giving it to Jackson Hare, who goes to his right, cuts it back, working behind his blockers, and is down to about the 41-yard line.
That's another Hooten Hardware first down. Good, tough running by Jackson, and he's covering that ball up, too. He's remembering that strip in the first half.
First down at the 41-yard line of Lake Dallas.
Now we've got Skyler sitting out here kind of by himself. It wouldn't surprise me if we might try one of those shots over the top if that safety doesn't keep sneaking out. We're putting 3 over this side, so he can't just automatically go. So we could see something here.
First down from the Falcon 41-yard line to give it to Deuce Hall. Boy, he is hit hard at the line of scrimmage and goes down like a shot.
I think he just hit the back of our offensive line. I think that was just a standoff, and he tried to cut and was too deep in there. So that's just one of those plays.
Kadrian Redmond, it looked like, at 6'4", 280, hit him hard, but maybe it was a combination of factors there.
Yep.
He went down hard, though.
About a yard loss. Second and 11. Clock running at 8:53. That's the main thing right now.
Second down and 11 for the Wildcats. 2 in the slot, actually 3 wide to the near side. They set up the tunnel screen to Skylar Lewis, and Lewis runs away from a couple of tacklers to the far side. He goes down the sideline now and is out of bounds deep in Lake Dallas territory at the 8-yard line.
And I don't see any hankies on the ground. That one's going to stand for a Hooten Hardware first down. And Lake Dallas is really kind of lucky they didn't give up a score there, because when you give Skylar Lewis a head of steam and some open field, he's such an athlete, he can get there.
26 yards on the gain to Skylar Lewis on that tunnel screen, Tony, and a great job of running after the catch.
And he was coming from the left, and all of the blocking was coming from the right side and shielding, and he got through the bubble right at the middle, and they were playing catch-up.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. Give it to Jackson Hare. Hare picking his way, bounces off a tackle, and now will be brought down after a gain down to the 6-yard line, so that's a gain of 2. Wildcats leading 28-8. The clock rolling with under 8:20 to go in the ball game.
They backed it up to the 7. I liked my head linesman had him up to the 5-yard line, and he gave way over here and lost 2 yards. So he needs to take charge this time. Jackson's running hard, but the defense for Lake Dallas has done a good job on the run up the gut today all night.
Ball on the near hash mark. Wildcats move right to left. Caden Mitchell, senior quarterback in the shotgun, has 3 wide to the right and 1 to the near side. Mitchell takes the snap, rolling out to his right, throw into the front corner of the end zone at the pylon, but incomplete.
That was Watson, and I think he kind of threw that one away because he was getting such a rush. He did a good job of throwing it away. 3rd and 7, and with our kicking game, it'd be nice to get 7 here, but we can still depend on a 3-pointer if we don't get any anymore. So we'll see whether or not we're going to play it conservative and run it or not.
And surprisingly, that would be the first field goal attempt of the season by Eric Rodriguez.
That is surprising, as good as our kicking game has been. But it seems like it's been feast or famine in that zone. We're calling a timeout. Faircloth was showing his 40-yard dash speed over there. He needs a little work. But
28-8, 3rd and goal from the 7. Wildcats call timeout. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. The Wildcats leading 28-8. They had 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter. A 21-yard pass from Caden Mitchell to Quinn Harris, and a 30-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare. Sulphur Springs led at halftime 14-8, but Tony, they easily could have been behind at halftime.
I thought we were going to go in at halftime a little bit behind, so real good turn of fortunes. We kind of turned the tables from the 2nd quarter to the 3rd quarter. They had a little bit of bad luck, and that bad luck was predicated by our play. So that's what you're supposed to do, is forget it and go on.
And Wildcat defense was really put to the test in the latter stages of the 2nd quarter. So here's this 3rd and goal from the 7. Man in motion left to right, passing at the goal line off the hands of the intended receiver there for Sulphur Springs. I think that's Chris Adams. No.
I think it's Skyler.
That is Skyler Lewis.
Yeah, just a little high. And here comes the field goal unit for the first try of the year. The downside here is we're on the far left hash, so he's going to have to angle this one a little. But it's going to be a 25-yarder, 24 yards.
Eric Rodriguez on his extra points is 40 of 42. 40 of 42 this season. This will be a 24-yard field goal. Angle is to the right, as Tony indicated to you. There's the snap, the hole, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Nice. That could have been good from 40 or 45. Hey, they have really done a good job on this kicking game.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats, on that 24-yard field goal by Eric Rodriguez. Wildcats lead at 31-8, 7:31 to go. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. Here comes the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff by Eric Rodriguez, who just booted a 24-yard field goal for the Wildcats. Gets his foot into the ball, and this one is going deep, and it's 5 yards deep, or I would say maybe 3 yards deep in the end zone, Tony.
That was plenty. I'm appreciating that now, to see deep kicks instead of strictly popping it to the 30. This is about 2 weeks in a row that we haven't even seen one. Might have seen one last week, but I like it, and that backs everybody up and gives us options.
He had a little bit of a wind at his back on that kick, not terrific.
Again, we've got the best of both worlds this quarter. We're looking at the scoreboard, and we've got the wind at our sails, so we're in good shape here.
First down, Falcons at the 25-yard line. Man in motion left to right. And the give is up the middle and gain out to about the 29-yard line.
Barrett Tessing got that one. He came from the weak side, got on his back, and rode him down.
That is Zaire Cornist, who hasn't seen a heck of a lot of action at running back tonight, but has been a very productive ball carrier for them this season. He got 3 yards out to the 28. So 2nd down and 7. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the far side. Fake to Cornist. Adams in the pocket, now moving in the pocket and throws it away.
Threw it to our defense sitting on the sideline. That one wasn't around, and now we've got a flag came in because, again, he was in the pocket, and he threw it to the bench, so that may be a sack. For grounding, you've got to get outside of the tackle box for it, or have a receiver in the area.
Pressure coming, I think you may have said, from Barrett Tessing.
They had some time, but he just ended up, he could feel it. So they're having a discussion. Worst case, it's an incomplete pass, but we're going to see dead ball, unsportsmanlike on us. Didn't see that coming. So.
No.
But the umpire threw the flag right in the middle. I was thinking we were talking grounding call, and so obviously it was something else. So that's going to be a first down for Lake Dallas at the 48-yard line.
43.
43, you got it.
Yep. Huh, I have no idea what that could have been.
That was
no body language.
Unsportsmanlike as talk.
Yeah.
And if whoever that was, Truth Holmes decided he didn't like the 15 yards, so he took a couple of them back, single-handed.
A give to Cornish, and he is dropped for a loss back to the 41-yard line. And as you have pointed out, we've got a lot of tackles for loss tonight.
We have.
It's going to be interesting to see how that shows up in the statistics next week. And it now is going to be a very big game next Friday night with Frisco Panther Creek coming to Gerald Prem Stadium.
You bet.
This is second down and 12 from the 41-yard line. In Lake Dallas territory, Adams setting up in the pocket now, drifting to his right, passing to the near side, and it is complete
really
near midfield.
Catch. Really good catch.
Good catch and good throw.
Yeah.
And
on the run, and Ibarra's one. He hit him right as he caught it, and he just came down and got it. So it's going to be second down and 4 now, or 3. That was just a good play. 9
yards on the gain to Maddox Males, who had not played a heck of a lot coming into this game, but he's been very much involved in the offense tonight for Lake Dallas. So this is third down and 3. And the handoff going to Cornish. Cornish going off right tackle, lowers his shoulder to the Sulphur Springs 48, close to the first down.
Short by 1. 4th and 1. With the situation where it is, they've got 2 downs to get it, so we'll see if our defensive line can make a push right here and get one of those quick tackles. They're coming to the line a little quicker. They're going to sneak it.
And Adams goes under center. It's quarterback sneak, and he should have the first down at the Sulphur Springs 47.
He's got it. You could tell by the way they went quick they were going to try that. Hardy's got the ball. He's wanting to score, but they're going to say, come on back here. Nothing wrong with that. Clock's going to run some more. It's at 5:23 and running. This game, for the most part, is over with, so we want to just finish it clean. Got an injured player, though, for North Dallas, or Lake Dallas.
Player down at the 47-yard line in Sulphur Springs territory, with the Wildcats leading 31-8. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Lake Dallas player being assisted from the field right now, with 5:19 left to go in the ball game, and the Wildcats leading 31-8 over Lake Dallas. This game was a 14-8 game at halftime. Wildcats were really put to the test. They are late in the second quarter. We'll talk more about it, but I'll tell you, one of the big plays in the game is that interception by Tessing, the Wildcat defensive lineman.
Absolutely.
Barrett Tessing. And here's a deep ball down the near side.
Thrown out of bounds.
Incomplete.
We had Galloway there going. I've got a score now of 34-27 Aubrey with 9 minutes left in the fourth over Frisco Panther Creek. And a Dallas Pinkston score has finally shown up, and it's 28-7 at halftime. Carter, which is the way we figured.
Right. So second down and 10 here for Lake Dallas. But the interception on a tip ball on a fourth down play by Barrett Thessing for Sulphur Springs, the senior defensive lineman, right at the end of the first half.
Yep.
May have prevented Lake Dallas from taking the lead there at halftime.
Well, it was fourth down, and so they were they could have taken the 3 just to get within a score, and with the way the Wildcats have come out the second half, it wouldn't have mattered. But they had a chance with their kicking game to take a 3 there and still get that possession coming out after halftime.
It's a complete pass that gains for Lake Dallas to the 42-yard line, so this is third down and 5 for the Falcons. The Sulphur Springs 42-yard line. 5:04 to go. Sulphur Springs leading 31-8. And Adams passing to the near side and incomplete as he's trying to reach his receiver at about the 25-yard line. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, I think he just threw that one away, but they'll go for it again. Nothing to lose here. So let's see if our defense can put together one more play. They've had some success on the passes, but here lately they're getting a little lethargic, and so understandable with the situation, but we need to get one more play and see if we can get the offense to run the rest of the game out.
Thomas Adams, the junior quarterback in the shotgun, as Dylan Werfel to his right.
Good job there
and
by
a pass
26.
Broken up by Alex King. Intended for Maddox Males, and the ball goes back over to the Wildcats with 4:53 left to go in the game, and Sulphur Springs leading 31-8.
Really good defense. He was right on him, but it got there with perfect timing to avoid the flag. So 4:53 left, and if we can get a couple of first downs, we can run this clock out. Stay in bounds. We don't have to score. We just need to protect the ball and get positive yards.
Lake Dallas has really not threatened seriously in the second half at all.
No, not at all. Defense really came up, and then the offense has done a great job of getting 2 touchdowns and controlling that side of the ball too. But the defense, for what they gave in the second quarter, they more than took it back in the third because we didn't have the turnovers.
New center in the ball game for the Wildcats, Trip McIntyre. Actually, he played some in the first half too. Here's a give-off tackle to the left side and a productive gain for Sulphur Springs to Jackson Hare. Yeah.
4 yards right there, and that's exactly what we need, 4 yards and a running clock, because we can get those first down. We just need 2 first downs, and we'll be out of here. We got 25 seconds left on the clock, and we shouldn't snap the ball till we're at about 2. We got a senior quarterback that's supposed to be coached like that, so we'll see if it all works out.
Caden Mitchell, Wildcat quarterback, in the shotgun, has the snap, gives it to Jackson Hare. Hare reading his blockers as he goes up the middle and cuts to his right.
Hooten Hardware first down by a yard there, so that's 11 yards and 2 carries for Jackson. Clock's running again. It's under 4 minutes, and that's exactly what we're asking for.
Hare to the 47-yard line of Lake Dallas, as the Wildcats well on their way to their 8th victory of the season and their 4th victory in district play against 1 loss. And a big game coming up next Friday night against Frisco, Panther Creek. Aubrey leading Panther Creek at last report 34-27.
But still 9 minutes left, so that could change.
First down and 10. Give it to Hare, going right, cutting back, and is corralled near the line of scrimmage and brought down for no gain.
I'd like to see him pull Hall in there some. I hate to see Jackson get worn out right here, and with him being the single back, he's going to get it right now unless they run a jet sweep or something. Down under 3 minutes now. Just second down.
Second down and 10 at the 47-yard line. Wildcats not in any particular hurry to obviously snap the ball and not all that interested in scoring more points here.
They're just trying to get to 0.
2 men wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Andre Serta, the H-back behind the right tackle. They give it to Jackson Hare over the right side. No doubt Andre Serta had something to do with that hole opening up there. And he is down to the 38-yard line of Lake Dallas.
Second and 1 there, so that's perfect. We get one more first down here, we can take a knee because Lake Dallas is not interested in any timeouts. Not going to make any difference in the game.
Gain of 9 by Jackson Hare. Second down and 1.
So we should have one more Jackson Hare run, and 2 knees is probably what we're going to have.
14 seconds on the play clock here, so the Wildcats not in a hurry to snap the ball. Under 2 minutes to go now. Leading 31-8. And they give it to Harrigan. Big hole, and there goes Jackson Hare at the 20. At the 10, he's going to run away from him. Touchdown, Wildcats. Wow.
Well, he screwed that up.
Yeah. That prevented them running the clock
That's
out
right.
there.
Hooten Hardware first down right there on a big play by Jackson Hare.
And what a game he has had tonight. 38-yard touchdown run, and that one just popped wide open.
Yeah, well, that happens because Lake Dallas is kind of lackadaisical. They're thinking we're just going to run, make that. And Jackson Hare doesn't have but one speed, and that's let's go.
Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats for that touchdown by Jackson Hare, his third of the night. I believe that gives him 14 touchdowns for the season now. The extra point here by Eric Rodriguez is good. 38-8. The Wildcats lead with 1:40 to go in the ball game. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Here comes the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff by Eric Rodriguez with the Wildcats leading 38-8 with 1:40 to go in the ball game. Rodriguez advances on the ball, and again he kicks it deep, and 8 yards deep in the end zone, Tony.
He's shown his leg today. He's kind of shown out. But this is an extremely important side of the football team when you've got a playoff team is to have a kicking game. He's shown he can punch it to the 30 real high and gotten some fumbles and so forth there, and now he's kicking it into the wind and with the wind into the end zone. So, and he's got the one field goal today, and we're blessed right now with a good kicking game to complement the offense and defense. This, I think, has been our most complete football game of the season.
Mm-hmm. Despite the very strange turn that it took there late in the second quarter.
But that kind of cements it
That's
in
right.
the fact that you let it go and you came back. They did a good job coaching at halftime.
Running play up the middle. And this is a gain of 3 or 4 yards here for Lake Dallas. And this is Zaire Cornist on the carry.
I think Mr. Vaughn got that tackle and helped him up. Right after that unsportsmanlike conduct, and I don't know what it was, I saw Vaughn and the left tackle kind of go and pat each other on the stomach, kind of like no hard feelings. And this is good to see. This is lopsided ball game, but you like to see that sportsmanship at the end like that, all the game.
New quarterback in the ball game for Lake Dallas. This is Ben Allen. And Allen giving it to Cornist, who bounces off of the first tackle and tries to take it out to the outside, to the left side of the field, but he is quickly corralled there by the Wildcats and perhaps only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I think we'll have one more play and we'll wrap this up because I don't figure they're going to throw the football right now. 3rd down and 7, 35 seconds and running.
Ben Allen, the new quarterback, and getting a little mop-up action here.
He looks young.
Hands off to Cornist again, and he is swarmed by Wildcat tacklers.
It's Tessing again, isn't it? No, 48.
Dallin
Horton.
Justin Strickland got in on that tackle.
So 4th down, 10 seconds left. That's going to be the last play of the ball game.
Lost back to the 23. It's a loss of 5, and I don't think they'll snap it again.
No,
they won't.
We're done. Good job. Great job by the entire Wildcat football team tonight.
Handshake line has started, and it is a 38-8 Sulphur Springs win, and the Wildcats go to 8-1 on the season with a big game coming up against Frisco Panther Creek next Friday night to close out the regular season at Gerald Preb Stadium. So we'll come back and wrap this thing up, and Wildcat football continues after this on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. The Wildcats have won it tonight by a score of 38-8. It's a good thing we keep notes on these things because they turn the scoreboard off pretty quick around here.
I don't blame them on that one.
So this started out for the second week in a row, Tony. The game started out very badly for the Wildcats. Last week it was a bobbled snap that was picked up by one of the Community Braves in return for a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
Yep.
Tonight the Wildcats had to punt at the end of their first possession, and there was a snap over the head of the punter, Jackson Hare, and he could do nothing but just kick it out the back of the end zone for a safety.
Yep.
And very early in the ball game with 10:34 to go in the first quarter. Lake Dallas led it 2-0, but the Wildcats then forced the Falcons to punt and got the ball at their own 25-yard line, and Caden Mitchell hit Jackson Hare on a 75-yard touchdown pass. With the extra point by Eric Rodriguez, it was 7-2. Sulphur Springs with 8:55 left to go in the first quarter. What was your memory of that play, Tony?
It wasn't he didn't throw it more than about 8 or 9 yards, but Hare was in the slot, came over right behind the linebacker. He had beat his man. He had already pushed off and had him on his hip. And as soon as he broke through to the right side, about the equivalent of the right tackle, it was a track meet, and he's not going to lose very many of them. And one of the safeties had the angle and got to him about the 8-yard line, but Jackson was strong enough and had a good enough head of steam that he carried him right up to the pylon and got the score.
Wildcats then went on a 59-yard drive in 7 plays. They got a touchdown on a 19-yard draw play to Deuce Hall to make it 14-2 with 4:39 left to go in the first quarter, and it sort of looked like at that point the route was on. But it turned out not to be that way, at least not in the first half. Sulphur Springs starting out at their own 33-yard line after a Lake Dallas punt. Midway through the second quarter, there was a fumble that was recovered by Lake Dallas at the Sulphur Springs 37-yard line. The Falcons drove to the 15, but they bogged down there, and Cooper Dennehy got a 36-yard field goal to make it 14-5. 7:22 left to go in the second quarter. And then Lake Dallas comes back with an onside kick, and they recover at the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line. They drive to the 15. Again, the Wildcat defense stops them. And they force Lake Dallas to settle for a 36-yard field goal once again by Cooper Dennehy to make it 14-8. Then the Wildcats get the ball back, and on the second play, there's an interception. And that was by Jaden Bibbs, and it gave Lake Dallas the ball at the 49-yard line. This very late in the first half, and they drive to the 8-yard line. Tony, there was a 4th down play. They tried to set up a middle screen. Ball was tipped, and it was Barrett Tessing who came up with the interception for Sulphur Springs. That was one of the really big plays of the game.
Huge play. I mean, the Lake Dallas coaches decided they were going for 7 instead of 3 because they had the kicking game to get their 3. And it really didn't. The Wildcats scattered the people and got the tip. I mean, the play didn't pull off good at all, and we got the tip, and Tessing got a hold of it, and he hung on for dear life because they were sure trying to strip it.
So the first half ended with the Wildcats clinging to a 14-8 lead. Lake Dallas gets the ball to start the third quarter, and on the second play from scrimmage, Alex King, Wildcat linebacker, recovered a fumble. There was a bad exchange between the quarterback Thomas Adams and Dylan Brockle, the excellent running back for Lake Dallas, and King recovered at the Lake Dallas 40-yard line. So a great start for the Wildcats to the second half. And then they drive down. They get a 21-yard touchdown pass. This was on fourth down. 17 or
17. I mean, it was something, and it was a great call by the coaching staff.
Quinn Harris, 21-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell, and that was a 40-yard drive in 11 plays. Wildcats back in command, 21-8, 5:26 to go third quarter. Wildcat defense forces Lake Dallas to punt. They got a good 15-yard punt return by Deuce Hall, set him up at the 50-yard line. And then, let's see, that took 3 plays, and they get the 30-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare to make it 28-8. 2:12 to go in the third quarter.
And that's the one where at about the 15 he put the stop and go, and that is not taught. That is God-given talent, and that's why Jackson Hare is going to be an all-state player.
And then the Wildcats again force the punt on defense. They drive down to get a 24-yard field goal by Eric Rodriguez, his first field goal of the season, to make it 31-8, 7:31 to go. Force Lake Dallas to give it up on downs at the Sulphur Springs 42-yard line. And then the Wildcats go 58 yards in 5 plays. Looked like they were going to be content to run out the clock, but they get the 38-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare up the middle to make the final score 38-8. And so Jackson Hare, 3 touchdowns tonight now with 14 touchdowns for the season. But we commented at halftime and maybe once or twice since that I think this was the best defensive game of the year for Sulphur Springs. I think the defense is getting better week by week, and that they forced Lake Dallas to settle for 2 field goals there late in the first half, and then got the interception by Tessing to prevent them from scoring a touchdown. That really was the difference. They've
had a history all year of giving up yards, but stopping them around the 20. But tonight they really did a good job. And again, other than Salina, Lake Dallas is no question the best team we've played. And so we did a great job. But I think still one of the keys that goes unsung for the entire ball game is we did not let a ball hit the ground except for the one where we thought that it really wasn't kicked deep to them. But our guys have been catching the football and getting some returns, and at the very worst, fair catching and not giving up that 15 or 20-yard roll. So I think that is an unsung stat that really needs to be applauded.
Yep, in the last 2 weeks, when you've got Deuce Hall and Gio Ibarra back there returning punts.
Gio didn't come back after he was walked off, so we gotta hope that he's just got a minor injury or something, maybe just a little pull, and he'll be ready next week because he's a huge part to our defense and our special teams.
Right. So it is an impressive 38-8 win for the Wildcats here over Lake Dallas. And next week, the end of the regular season against Frisco Panther Creek. At last report, Aubrey was leading Panther Creek 34-27. See if Tony can pull that one up. They ought to be finished about.
Well, they had 9. No, let's see. Ours is final. They're saying 50 seconds, and it's tied.
Wow.
55 seconds, and it's tied. So Panther Creek is a second half, fourth quarter ball team. They've been behind a lot at halftime, and we've left a couple of games thinking that they had lost, and they came back and won.
Right. And what you had a Dallas Carter score as well?
That's still halftime, 28-7 Carter.
Again, Dallas Carter might be for the third year in a row the Wildcats' opponent in my district game, but that's all going to be determined by what happens next week.
If we win and get second place, we won't see Carter.
Right. It could be Wilmer Hutchins, could be even North Dallas would be a strange thing because I don't think North Dallas has been to the playoffs in who knows how long, but it's a possibility.
Isn't that who they made the movie about for the fictional Cowboys? They were the North Dallas.
North Dallas Bulls, I think it was.
Something like that.
Wildcats football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Houghton Hardware, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, and again, thanks to J. Hodge for the beautiful black Texas Edition Tahoe in which we came over today. Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Copy Products, and BT Medical. Pregame presented by Super Handy. Halftime presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. So the Wildcats win it 38-8 to go 8-1 on the season, 4-1 in district play with Panther Creek coming in next Friday night to Gerald Prem Stadium. And I want to say thanks, obviously, to Tony Flippin for the sterling game analysis tonight. Matt Jansen is our technical director and video producer. And James Terry is our producer in the KSST studio. So once again, the final score 38-8, Sulphur Springs over Lake Dallas tonight. And I'm John Mark Dempsey, and we say good night from Falcon Stadium in Corinth.